He's like, he's gonna trust me because I told him the first time.
No.
So
I hate everything about you. I don't even have a drink.
What are you
Give me
throwing?
your water. Give me your water.
Hot tamales?
It's so good too.
I was just gonna punch you in the arm full force.
It's so good.
We come back, it's just soaked, like.
We have sound now? Yeah.
We're the most professional.
Awesome.
So in case you were wondering,
So as
Ray
we-
tried to attack me.
So,
Yeah, for sure.
as we were yelling at you without sound before, welcome to our new night for Clockwork and Constructs. Going forward, it's going to be Fridays at 6.
It's our new back time on the new back channel.
Very auspicious night to be doing it too, with our 10th episode.
Woo!
Woo! Double
10.
digits, guys. Big time, big deal.
Nice station.
Yeah, so, let's jump into it.
I just
Nadia, what happened last time?
I hope I got everything that's important. So most of us woke up from a bar fight, another one, that involved using our boxes, where we all decided
I can't.
maturity.
Yeah, Mitch, are you fine?
Come on, man. Thanks, Askencroft. Keep it together.
Alright, I'm good.
Okay. You good?
Yeah.
You could always do it for me. And you...
No, it's okay.
Alright,
You're
continue.
doing great.
Okay.
I'm
We
in the
only have
chair.
3 hours.
So we all got back together and decided to investigate Jethro. So we broke up into groups, and some of us realized that we were being followed. I don't think you were in that group.
I wasn't.
We were. I think we lost our... Did you lose our box?
Yeah, I ended up giving it to Kara. I don't know if it was right away. It might have been a little afterwards.
It was a little after.
Yeah, I think we went out and did things, and then you came back.
Yeah,
I think you told the group, right?
yeah. I
Okay.
told them a little bit later.
So we just kind of spent some time bonding and decided to go out for some dinner and drinks. Everyone was kind of like talking about their past, and then Azencroft was talking about his, where Ivan decided to interrupt and talk about the result of failed experiments.
I corrected him.
Okay. Which caused the party to get angry and go separate ways and kind of turn on Ivan a little.
All part of the
I
plan.
was correcting a mistake, which should have been done a while ago.
Oh. So
Most people should have arms.
bad.
He still does.
Sure.
I think that was it.
You want to define it however you want. Planks.
That it?
Sounds about right.
Very good.
So, everyone who was left at the square where you were eating.
I don't think anyone was.
Was that just Ivan?
No, me and Ivan walked
I-
away.
We all, I think we all went home.
I think I'm with Gedrick.
Yeah, we're heading back to the Arcana. We're just taking a walk.
Okay.
I went back.
Where did Askencroft go?
Just to an inn by himself.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So, Gedrick, Nadia, you eventually, after many hours of trudging, come to the eastern end of the Arcana. It's now quite late.
Okay. I'll head back to the regular lake bunkhouse, what do you want to call it?
The apartments?
Apartments, yeah.
Okay.
It's like a student residence. That's what I
Kind of,
remember
yeah.
it.
Pretty much. Okay. So you go in. Most people are sleeping at this point.
Is my regular bed open still?
There's lots of beds open.
Probably head back to the area where I normally sleep.
I'll
Grab any bed you like.
I'll just grab a random bed and hope it doesn't belong to someone.
Okay.
Or maybe,
At
who
this point,
knows?
probably anybody who's not coming home tonight. Or they're not really own beds, right? Just pick one from nowhere.
Kind of. It's generally once somebody's stuff is there, it's frowned upon to go and take
I'll
the
probably
bed.
try to direct her one that's not.
Hey, you said pick anyone I want. I picked.
Fair enough.
It's over.
Okay. You guys just go to bed?
Yeah.
Ivan?
I think Ivan and Reiyal'uss already had their words last night. I think they pretty much...
Yeah, we were getting drunk with Kai.
You were getting drunk with Kai.
What? You're not?
I don't. Do you drink?
I haven't seen
Oh,
it.
okay.
No.
No, fine.
Yeah.
Even if Ivan's not, I'll try and drink with Kai.
Okay. So you guys spend some time together in the shop drinking?
Yeah. Just shoot the shit for a while. Nothing important.
Okay. And after a while, he kind of indicates that he's ready to crash for the night.
Okay, alright. I'll go find somewhere to sleep in the shop on the floor.
Be a bedroll on the floor. Set up for you. Ivan be crashing in his room. He'd have already gone by the time these guys are...
It's the first time I didn't get to bed.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
In like 2 weeks.
As impressed. Anything you're doing for the rest of the night?
I'd probably try to find an inn as like a decent bar going on, just somewhere where I can kind of sit in, busy enough where I just kind of fit in without being harassed or bothered too much.
Yep. I believe at the end of the last one you were sitting down and having a few drinks.
Okay, yeah, I just have a few drinks to go to sleep.
So, you guys all spend the night in various parts of the city. In the morning, you do wake up. What do you do?
For today, I probably wouldn't be up to too much. Maybe just go out somewhere, try to huck a few tridents, just work on my accuracy for a bit. But nothing really serious.
Okay. Ivan and Rail, what do you do?
Whatever he wants. Just hanging out.
I'd be finishing up the plates and getting everything smoothed out on his arts. The shield art that he hasn't really done. Probably working on that.
Okay. Make an engineering check.
Sure. 24.
Yeah. You were pretty much most of the way done already anyways, so
Smoothing out the plates.
it doesn't
getting-
take you too long and you can manage to get it in working order.
Alright. Cool.
You just hanging around the shop.
Yeah.
And then he's got time. He check the list if there's anything, and we get into work on that.
A few minor things there. While you're working, you think you hear light giggling.
Yes. This is what I think it is. It's fantastic.
Is that you, Rail?
What?
Never mind.
I hope he doesn't giggle like that on his own. It's
Okay,
so weird.
Sorry. Just,
Sorry, I'm just having a tickle
hear
from the
something?
guy.
yeah, you must be hearing things.
Okay.
You go back to work.
You go back to work. What are you doing?
Did I hear it?
Make a perception check.
7?
No, I'm not sure. You can just hear him working away on the anvil.
Not much. I would be like looking at tools and trying to figure out what they do and stuff.
So he goes back to work, kind of shaking his head. Then you hear this little giggle from above you, and what's it making?
I'll look up.
Look up.
Yeah.
No.
Did you hear that one?
Hmm?
Nothing. Something asked what you're... I think it asked what you're making. But then I looked up and there was nothing there. Don't call me crazy, because you did this 5 seconds ago.
What?
I don't know. I heard something ask something, so I looked up where I heard it, and there was nothing there.
So I'll look up. Nothing there.
You look up where he's indicating.
Yeah, I looked probably straight above him. He said he looked up.
Yeah. So you look up above him at the top of the shelves. Everything seems in order.
Something asked what I was making.
I think so. I think that's what I heard. Yeah.
What am I making?
You're just making a simple connector for between a couple of rotating joints on a cart.
So, just wave the half-finished piece up. It's a coupling. It puts things together. Go back to it. You could ask. You could ask.
It wasn't me. I'm not messing with you right now. I heard something.
Fine. You'd think if they were in here, they'd know a little bit more about this war.
Make a perception check.
Sorry, guys.
16.
Sure. 14.
Okay. You turn back to your anvil to work, and the part's missing.
Oh, the thief is there too.
Everyone loves messing with Ivan.
And you hear a little voice say, "Oh, you can do better."
Did I hear that too?
Yeah.
I told you it wasn't me.
Is this your companion's idea of a joke? Is this something...
My companion. Who? I have not had a companion this entire time.
Well, you're kind of sneaky people.
Sneaky people. I don't think so.
Well, what's better then?
What does this one do? Whoops! And you hear something clatter off of a shelf to the floor.
Oh.
Told you, not me. Again.
Well, I know that now.
Thank you. Just clarifying that it wasn't me.
Take a look, but got knocked over.
Okay. It's just a set of tongs that you would normally use.
Pick it back up. Put it back. Well, you could keep making a mess of things and...
Oh, you don't need those ones. I'll help.
Who?
Okay, so you look around, you look back at the anvil, and there's a small, thin creature there, very snake-like, but it has, covered in scales, has 4 limbs, and it's currently holding your part on the anvil with its little claws.
I'm gonna throw something at it.
Okay, what are you throwing?
I don't know. Whatever's closest to me. I grabbed and want something off the nearest shelf and throw it at it.
Gyroscope.
Okay. And you throw it, make an attack roll.
Adding what?
We'll say, strength and proficiency.
Strength and proficiency? That's a 20, not natural.
Okay. You huck the gyroscope.
Yes!
I rolled a nat 20.
Nice.
You huck the gyroscope across the room. It kind of just like contorts the middle of its body between its limbs out, and it goes right past it and just clatters along the floor. It just sits there giggling. You're funny.
I didn't look at what I was throwing.
Was that what I think it was, Reiyal?
It was a ball. That thing's really fast.
Creature kind of scurries down and like wraps itself a little bit around it, sniffing at the gyroscope. Oh dear, dear, dear! I think it's broken.
Yeah, it was what you think it is.
Okay.
At least it's not something new.
I am not nearly prepared for this day. So you down there, who or what
and it
are
crawls up
you?
over the top of the wall a little bit, and you can see like its whole body is this long snake, like, and it tapers down on a tail, and the very end of the tail is kind of wagging a little bit as it looks up at you.
Can we keep it?
Now, who or what are you?
Oh, I am called, usually I'm called Gall, but you can call me Galadar.
Galgar. I see.
Is this your pet?
No, why would I
Wraps
ask?
its arms and claws a little more down around the gyroscope, and then it kind of picks it up and floats it up over you.
Why would I ask who it is if it was my pet?
I don't know. It's confusing and I don't like it.
Can you take this? It's kind of heavy. Drops it in your hand. Just kind of hovers there.
What? Why are you here?
Why am I here? Oh, right. Message. My master would like to see you today. For what did she say? For tea. Yes, tea. Perhaps you can go see the other one. What was his name? Gedrick. That one. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Who's your master? Where are we supposed to get this tea?
Oh, long good time.
So Gedrick has the other half of this message.
Yeah, at some point, I'm sure. Floats down and starts crawling around behind the anvil.
What are you doing down there?
Crawls back up and grabs onto the thing. You gonna finish?
You're going to hurt your hands.
Easy.
Don't say I didn't warn you. Start taking a swing at it, but
You did it the first time and kind of jumps back.
that's why I use tongs.
Not those. And he kind of indicates the tongs on the floor.
They're back on the floor.
Oh, did you actually put them back in the shelf? Oh, okay. Well, he points to the ones on the shelf.
Yes, those.
Oh!
You kind of floating it, like, very snake-like back and forth as he kind of just drifts through the air back over to it. And he grabs and starts pulling them off the shelf.
It's fine. Do you have anyone else to deliver this message to?
The tongs eventually come off the shelf, and as the weight lands, he drops it and it clatters along the floor. Oopsies!
Thank you. So much.
Yes, well, I guess I'm late, so long. And he does this half twist in the air, and there's kind of this puff, and he vanishes.
Let me get back in my bedroll. Wake me up when something makes sense, okay?
Oh no. No, you are coming with me to see Gedrick.
No, I'm comfy. I'm okay.
You can walk or you can be dragged, Reiyal.
Oh, fine.
Drag him! Drag him!
Okay,
He deserves it.
Just
Actually, I'll be like, fine. And I'll put my hand up.
what time is it at this point?
It's still pretty early. Maybe like 10 o'clock in the morning.
Good. I need some coffee first. I can't. Do you want some?
Sure. Are you gonna drag me there too?
It's here. I can.
Oh, okay, perfect. I know that. No.
So I'll spend the next little while getting that together.
Okay.
Just gonna rummages around in the shelves and pulls out this battered looking kettle that he just sticks on top of the forge and uses that heat to boil the water.
Okay. So you guys managed to make some mostly okay tasting coffee.
Yep. Hand him a cup, get that done, and then suppose start heading to the Arcanum.
Okay.
Ivan will just drag him out of the bedroll and not at a slow pace if he's not getting
I'm
up.
going to do everything in my power to stay inside the bedroll while he drags me. I do not want my armor getting dirty.
Your bedroll's gonna be mess.
That's my bedroll.
That's his.
Oh, it's-
Exactly.
You're gonna lose your bedroll.
Make an athletics check.
8.
8?
8.
You're having a hard time dragging him anywhere. He's kind of just playing dead weight with you.
If he struggles, I'll get up and walk with him. Ugh, I thought you were going to be stronger than that.
So you guys head off. You just gonna walk over there? Or you gonna try to flag down a carriage?
No, I'd try and flag down a carriage.
Okay. So when you get into the mercantile district, it takes you a little bit, but you do manage to flag one down. He wants 2 gold to go over there.
I'll pay.
Thanks.
So, Esmroth, you get up in the morning, kind of take your time getting ready, getting your breakfast. You head out of town to a place where you can practice your tridents. Kind of hanging out around the edge of the forest there. You throw in your tridents and you hear a giggle. You're kind of strong.
Look around. Do I notice anything?
Nothing stands out.
Do I think I'm crazy?
It's possible. You barely heard it.
Oh.
I throw a trident. I just keep going. I ignore it.
Do you even know what you're aiming at? Ooh, you missed.
Did I miss?
Landed in the tree.
I look around again. Still nothing.
Make a perception check.
2.
2.
5.
You think the noise came from up the tree that you're throwing at, but you don't see anything.
I hook one a little higher.
Sticks into the tree. Ooh, somebody must not like trees.
Who are you?
Well, most often I'm called Golf.
Come down where I can see you.
Okay. You can kind of hear a little bit of a scrabbling sound, but you don't see anything.
I said where I can see you.
I'm down. You just can't see.
I look on the ground.
Nothing.
Trident.
Throw a trident in a tree. Ooh, that was a close one.
Are you here for any particular reason?
Reason? Well, right, message. Yes, well, my master would like to see you for, tea. So if you could go meet the other one, what was his name? Oh, Gedrick, yes.
Who is your master?
All in time.
Is he... Honestly, I'd probably assume it was someone from Vantech. So I'd probably be like, okay, well, thank you. I guess I'll try to speak to him soon.
No problem.
Do you know...
At this point, you feel something scrabbling up the back of your leg.
I try to kick it off.
Make an athletics check.
17.
So you kick, and you feel claws just kind of sink into the back of your leg, and it holds on tight.
I guess I look.
You look? Nothing there.
Nothing on my leg grabbing me.
You can see on your leg, like on your clothing, where it's pinched in, where something's holding on, but there's nothing there.
I try to grab it anyways.
The grip lets go, and you hear another go, funny. Gotta go. And you hear a little poof.
Now that I'm thoroughly freaked out, I am going to make my way to the Arcanum.
Thoroughly freaked out.
So you start walking off from where you are. You're just south of the residential district, so you just have to head straight north and basically get to the Arcanum from there. Okay. Gedrick. Nadia. What are you doing when you get up?
I guess I don't have plans now. I'm going back there for now. I don't know. Am I up before Nadia or is she up before me?
Roll an initiative check.
Against it?
16.
Oh, okay, he beat me.
Okay, you're up first.
I would probably start reading. Probably keep reading the Inquisition book, but probably head into item creation. I wouldn't read the Inquisition as long as I'm going back.
Okay.
So
So you just sit on your bed reading?
Yeah, for now, please.
Okay. After not too long, you'd wake up.
Do I see him reading?
Yep.
Good morning, Gedrick.
Morning, Nadia.
Have you gotten breakfast?
Of course not.
I need coffee.
I guess we could head to the training area. That's where everyone normally get food.
Coffee?
There-
Did
there's-
somebody say coffee? And you can see Olaf shuffling over to you.
Olaf, would you like
And
to
he's
get coffee?
holding like this metal pot, but it has like 4 spouts coming out of it.
Wow, that's a fancy pot you've got there, Olaf.
Yeah, I made it myself.
I'm not surprised. That's coffee.
Well, it could be. It could be a lot of things. Do you have a cup?
Do I have a cup?
Do you have a cup?
No.
Can I see
Do
a
you have one
cup?
in your inventory?
Do you have a
No,
basket?
I don't think so. I don't know.
No.
So you have a cup.
You don't have a cup?
I didn't travel with much.
You would
I'm
have
not a
like water
traveler.
skins, but that's about
I
it.
tell you, I don't have a cup, so.
Can I see any cups on any
Make a perception
tables
check.
around? Perception?
Or investigation, I guess.
It's. I'll go with perception. It's a 7.
7? Nothing that you notice.
I've got nothing to drink it with, Olaf. I'm sorry.
Oh. Well, okay. Another time then.
Could you like summon a cup?
Well, I haven't... Maybe. But I'm gonna have to go, like, look into that, I guess.
I'll press it into
Now
a
if
cup.
You just make a cup.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So he just continues to think, well, I guess I could if I did that and combined it with... He starts to shuffle away talking to himself.
Do you give the cup to me? Cup?
Yeah, I'll hand you the cup.
Okay, I will take the cup. Wait, Olaf! Wait!
Hmm?
I've got one.
Oh,
I'm
very
willing
good.
to try.
And you wanted ale, right?
Coffee.
Oh, coffee. Yes. So,
Please, coffee.
He starts counting on the spouts. 3rd spout. Yeah.
I'll put out my cup.
He starts pushing on different parts of the pot. And then he pushes down on the top. Aha! And this dark liquid comes out of the 3rd spout and fills your cup.
The best part is, Gedrick's back to reading.
Does it smell like coffee?
You smell it?
Yeah,
It's
I
got
smell
a
it.
very strong, like, bean aroma.
Okay.
You drink it?
Best part
Yeah.
of waking up is magic in your cup.
He's just kind of watching you. It goes down. It's still extremely hot. It is coffee. It's an extremely potent dark roast. Very, very strong.
Ooh. I'm okay with that.
And he's just kind of watching.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, very good. And starts shuffling away again.
Can I feel my face or anything? Something seems odd.
Make a perception check.
I'm so good at these.
You can feel your face and your hands and your wings.
Does that count?
That looks pretty flat.
Nat 20?
That's 20.
I was gonna say,
As far as you can tell, nothing has changed.
Okay, I'm good to go. I will throw my hat on and we should go grab some food, Gedrick. He seems distracted, so I'll pull him out of bed.
So she grabs you while you're reading.
alright, I'll put the book down and I'll put it
Okay.
Do I know where the training grounds are or anything?
Where
He said there's food at the training grounds.
make an intelligence check. See if you remember.
Reiyal'uss was the only one right there.
Intelligence.
No, the whole group of them were there.
I think it's a 11.
Yeah, but she would know that you're reading signs.
You remember that you've seen it at one point. You can't remember where you remember seeing it.
Okay, I'll just
While she's still thinking of this, he's already walking.
Okay, I guess I'll follow him.
Okay. So you guys walk over to the training center. Walk in. You know that there's a separate room off to the one side that you go in, and there's just along a really long rectangular table laid out against the one wall that just has different types of food laid out on it.
Why have we never been here before?
Because they wanted ale.
Jeez.
There's no booze. I guess yeah.
Simple beings.
There's no booze here, so Reiyal'uss and Eisencroft didn't want it.
I mean, that's what Olaf's for.
Yes. I'll start grabbing some food.
Okay. It's just very basic breakfast stuff.
It's like
Fruits and
like
toast
a
and stuff.
kind of like a hotel, like when it's like a
Very,
free
very
breakfast.
much like, yeah. It's nothing
Okay.
fancy,
I want
but
some Fruit Loops.
it's
That's what Ketchup's gonna get some Fruit Loops. Is there sugary cereal?
you find some fruit that's been cut into circles.
Yes. I'll pour milk over it.
Gross.
That is disgusting. That's a character.
Yeah, I'll grab some food too.
So when you sit down with your disgusting bowl of fruit and milk, you hear a little
Rancid.
giggle. That's disgusting. Even I wouldn't eat that.
I eat people.
How used to like weirdness am I at this Arcanum? Like,
Weird stuff happens.
I'm just gonna.
You've met Olaf.
I am just gonna keep eating.
I'm gonna grab some like pastries and stuff and then sit down and look at his meal like, To each their own.
Okay. So you guys eat through your breakfast. What are you doing when you're done?
Probably like clean up after myself. Like if there's a place to put like the bowls and stuff, or I don't know.
Yeah. You go put them back in the there's like a small basin where you put them in, but you notice there's no dishes in there. When you put yours in, there's a second, then it disappears.
I would have grabbed hers too.
Yeah. You put that in, disappears.
Right now.
So Gedrick, what do you want to do today?
I don't know, Pinky. Sorry. Yes. Well, I'd like to do some reading on these books I've got. So you can probably work on.
You've been reading all night, all day. It's time for a little bit of break. It's not gonna help you staring at the same pages.
Is there anything cool in the like something like really cool like in the Arcanum that I would like?
You want to
just, like, show
sightsee?
people like I could take her there to. Like anything entertaining in this district that I'd be like, oh.
Oh, you don't have to impress me.
Generally speaking, if you
Apparently I do because you don't want to just.
if you asked anyone in the Arcanum if there was anything like really cool they should show people, they'd direct you to the library.
Oh.
Yes. Damn it. Fair enough. There's not. I mean, the most interesting thing here is the library. If you want to check that out. But that's against reading.
That sounds wonderful. I mean, I've never really been to a library, but you can show me the library.
Fair enough. It's the most interesting place in the Arcanum, I guess.
Wow.
I mean, there's the tower, which is really impressive looking, but you don't know how to get into it.
Yeah. That's. I know. So,
Lead the way.
sounds good.
So you guys leave, head over to the low round building that houses the library. You go in. You're on that upper upper ring of the library, and it goes down into the middle. You can see it goes down with multiple levels of the books. You taking anyone in particular?
Is there a place about sailor books? That's like all I know about it, really.
Make an investigation check.
Here, there's these sailor books. 18.
18. So
How is Ivan better than this? Like,
so you do seem to recall that at one point you've crossed paths with some books that were to do with sailing, and maybe she'd appreciate that. So you set off in that direction. Eventually you come over there. It's a very small section. There's only a few books about sailing. It doesn't seem like it's a huge concern here.
I feel like this might be the thing to interest you? If not, I can go. You gonna give me a hand trying to work on that spell I've been trying to make?
How can I help you with that?
You can get electrocuted a bit.
Wow, that offer really is outstanding. I guess I'll read about sea monsters.
You hear a little voice in your ear go, sea monsters are way more entertaining than mages.
I don't want to say I agree out loud, but I'm just gonna nod, like, yes, inner voice.
That inner outer voice.
And then you hear, try this one, and the book starts to pull itself out from the shelf.
Oh my! This place is weird.
Oh, this place is full of weirdness. Olaf is just like the beginning.
Olaf's not weird.
Fair enough.
I'll just, I guess, grab the book like it's normal books are supposed to fly to you.
As it pulls out of the shelf, it drops forward into your hands.
Oh, it drops into my hands.
You hold your hands out on it?
Yeah.
It's
I
just,
thought you said it
it's just kind of
dropped.
slowly being pulled out of her.
Oh, okay.
Do I know that this is not a normal thing that happens often? Like, normally you pick the book up yourself?
Yeah, pretty much.
You know, guys should do this with, like, your food.
No, we don't do this without books, so...
Excuse me?
This isn't normal.
I'll look around to see if there's anybody, like, that seems to
Pushing
be...
the book.
You feel your sleeve get pulled down, and then you hear a voice go, you're scaling too.
Do I notice he's, like, pulling his shirt?
Yeah, the shirt comes down and he pulls it back up.
Hello?
Hello?
Who's here? Other than Nadia.
I'll just think he's a little strange because he's, like, trying to, like, tug his clothes, like, sexually.
Sorry. Kind of bit of like
showed a little
wardrobe
shoulder.
malfunction.
That's alright
Show an
then.
ankle.
Invisible scaly person. Where are you?
No answer.
Alright, I'll show you my book.
He's gonna stand there and read, or are you gonna go looking?
Well,
for it?
yeah, go find a spot to sit.
Okay. There's chairs periodically around.
Yeah.
You sit on the first one. It's just a solo chair.
Oh no, I'll find something that.
So you have to go down into the bottom to where there's a few like tables with chairs around. You follow him down?
Sure.
Okay. What are you just gonna read through your book?
I mean, I'm just gonna look at the pictures, honestly.
The book that you caught is a book on sea monsters.
So
It has lots of interesting sketches of what people think they look like.
yeah, so I'll find that pretty interesting for a while, and then I'll get bored pretty quick. And I'll, like, put it to the side to, like, for it to float back to its home.
Hits the floor.
Oh. I mean,
He's literally just laughing at you.
you guys need to get a little more training. I think it's flawed.
I told you, it doesn't do that. Books don't come up to you. They're books. Not everything in the Arcanum is magic.
Maybe you need a little more training. And I'll pick up the book and just put it on the table and then like,
So that only covered the first hour. What are you doing for the next
Oh
hour?
my god.
If you started doing that, I would have stopped reading it.
Okay.
What would you like to do, Nadia?
I mean, I haven't sparred in a while. Why don't we spend some bonding time?
Yes.
Kicking the crap out of each other.
I mean, that's what we would do when we were on high tides and...
Alright, sure. You came to the library, so why not try this terrible idea from you, but okay.
Fantastic! So, I guess I'll just kind of push the table out of the way.
No, I wouldn't.
There's a few like annoyed expressions of people looking up over their books at you guys.
Like, we are gonna go somewhere else. This is the library.
Boom.
Maybe
Okay.
like the area that he was throwing tridents at after. the whole
So you start to lead her out, and you hear a voice in your ear say, "An old stick in the mud."
I've really come into my inner being. Like, whew. Here we go.
I'm just ignoring the voice
So
in your head.
you guys go outside, off to the side of the road on just an open expanse of grass they have there.
Okay. Just like the worst form ever.
Oh, I've never seen this form before. I better be careful.
So are you unproficient with unarmed strikes then? Normally you are, but I mean, you're kind of saying you're not.
Yeah, definitely. If I am, I would like to remove that from my character.
I don't really know how you are with this, so I'll let you have first swing. Jesus.
You seriously just...
Yeah.
I would like
You
to
just
dodge and then punch him right in the kidney.
Okay. Make a...
Awesome. He's like duck past him and...
Make an acrobatics roll.
Yeah!
I would like to
Acrobatics.
dodge and then kill Gedrick.
Oh, that. That's good.
It's a 15.
I want this to...
Roll
I mean
damage.
25. It's a
I was gonna say.
25.
25.
Sorry,
What was it?
25.
Roll double damage.
On what?
On what?
Unarmed,
punch
unarmed
is
strike.
right. You're a monk. Oh god.
Okay, I got a 4. And then a 2. What do I add? Do I add
So
any of
that'd
my
be
stuff
6
to
plus
it?
your dex.
Okay.
Which is,
Plus 4. So 10.
that sounds
So,
about right for a
you-
surprise kidney hit.
You kind of just like, yeah. And at the same time, lightning fast, just in a blur, she steps around you and just lays into your kidney for 10 damage. You just see stars.
Yeah. I'm going down.
Do I think he fell to maybe dodge roll or something?
Make a perception or an insight check.
One.
Where's insight?
Insight is...
Oh, okay. 11.
11? It doesn't look like any dodging technique you've seen. He went down pretty hard.
It's being blood.
You're gonna remember her for a little while.
Gedrick? Gedrick, I thought you were gonna dodge that.
Amazing.
I don't even know how to dodge.
Well, you should have told me. I would have shown you that first step. Just gonna help him up. Help him up.
Okay.
Here, I'll go a little slower this time.
Pull your
Can I please
punches.
roll with disadvantage this time?
Okay.
I'm in guard.
So you're gonna take the dodge?
Yeah, I take the dodge.
Okay. So you're at disadvantage on your attack. What are you doing?
Just gonna be like,
Just straight at him?
Yeah, right in the middle of his chest.
Okay. Make an attack roll with disadvantage.
Okay. 15.
What's your AC?
16.
Oh.
Is it 16? Okay. So you this time you really slowly and deliberately kind of just throw a punch out there, and he manages to just catch enough of it that it pushes him back a step, but it doesn't.
What
Really
does dodge do for me?
It inflicts disadvantage on attack.
Okay, fair enough.
Do I notice he's struggling with that one move?
He had a pretty hard time with it.
Okay.
He managed to catch it, but
I'm gonna take my second arm, so when I'm going, it's just on the other side of his
Okay,
arm.
so another attack roll with disadvantage.
Okay. Oh. I got an 11.
11. So very slowly and deliberately, you throw another one up, and he just kind of twists away from it.
There, you got it!
No point attacking back. I'm just gonna keep taking the dodge.
So you take dodge again.
Come on, Gedrick!
It didn't work out for me last time very well.
Yeah, come on, sure. I'm sure it'll be better this time.
Not more like, yeah. Mm-hmm. Feel your inner strength.
I'm gonna cast Mage Hand suddenly and push it
You
from the
little
side.
bitch.
Can I do that with Mage Hand?
You can. I believe Mage Hand is cut up to like 5 pounds, 10 pounds.
10 pounds.
Do
of
I
clothes.
notice?
You notice this slight pressure on you from the side. Just like it feels like something like a small child has got.
And then I would like to try and cast Shocking Grasp.
Oh, you want to take this
Okay,
wheel?
is Mage Hand is an action as well? The
Yes,
actions to
actually,
cast?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you feel this hand pushing on you, what do you do? You
I
just
probably
kinda-
know it's from him, right?
Yeah, you can look
Yeah.
down and you see like this
Oh,
kind of
okay.
spectral hand pushing on you.
And do I notice he's like maybe casting another thing, or does it look like he's just like,
Well, at first you don't notice anything when it starts to push on you.
Oh. I guess I'll
You
just
sitting there
like,
debating it 6 seconds up here?
yeah, I'll just
You
like,
just kind of stand there like,
stand
what the
there
hell's that?
like-
Okay, he starts casting something.
but I'll, oh.
Good attempt. He's Shocking Grasp through it.
Okay, Arcana check.
Yay.
I'd like to knee him in the gut
9.
when I get the chance.
Okay, you like charge up your hands and put them forward. Nothing happens.
He's getting a knee in the
Make your
gut,
attack roll.
and it's gonna be a double knee if I can get it.
I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna go down. I have 14 health.
That one's a 23.
Hits.
No. 14?
14 does not hit. So your first knee connects. Roll damage.
Oh, he's only getting 5.
Oh,
So
cool.
you take
9 health.
5. You take 5 points of damage as she just grabs you by the shoulders and pulls you in for a knee to the stomach.
Okay.
You still
I go down
standing?
again.
He just goes down holding his stomach.
Kedrick, you were using magic this time!
It's literally all I can do.
Yeah, he's not really good at anything else.
I feel like I'm having a dark, like, possession over me. I think I need to go meditate a little bit. I didn't mean to hurt you this much, Gedrick. But I think you need more practice. Less books, more practice.
Practice in what?
You know, dodging would be helpful.
You're so fast.
At this point, Azencroft, you are walking along the street of the arcane.
We'll just see him like keeled
You
over.
see him on the ground and Nadia just like walking away from him. Just like talking down at him.
Magic.
Oh, you want to go, bro?
No, I don't think I stand a chance.
Gedrick, you're pretty. Do you want that to go away?
I know, right?
It's
Yeah,
the only
it'll be
thing
your
you do.
face next, okay?
What are you two doing?
Oh, we're just...
Shame. So much shame.
Just showing Gedrick he kind of spends a little bit too much time reading books and not enough time living life.
Just like gonna like lay flat.
He's just laid out trying to catch his breath.
Are you okay?
No.
Did you hurt him?
I'll just like be braiding my hair. Like, no, he was dodging with his
He
body.
was going soft on me for years.
Normally when I dodge it doesn't quite hurt like that.
Yeah, he's still learning.
I'm never learning again. These lessons are over.
Nonsense! It's all about learning, all about knowledge, right?
Not learning this.
Some people just aren't cut out for it.
I even let him use magic.
Let me use magic. You punished me terribly for it.
I mean, you could have dodged. I used my knee. Didn't even use my fist.
As much as I'd love to see
I so want to say dodge this and cast magic missile, but I won't.
You can. I still have a lot of key points.
You know all the ones you haven't used.
as much as I'd love to see you kick the crap out of him, what's this message? Why?
What are you going about?
I don't know.
How are you doing, by the way? I apologize for last night. That was rough.
It wasn't of your doing.
I
I wasn't gonna come here, but someone came to me today, a voice, and told me to seek you out. I think it was Vantech. I'm not sure. I just want to meet some other people in this town.
I honestly have no idea.
Nothing spoke to you two?
I guess I would clue into the fact that we've been being talked to this entire time.
Something's been talking to you.
Something's been talking to us, but it hasn't given us a message. It's just kind of commented on everything that happened.
Oh, you heard that too.
I told you,
Oh,
you said I was
thank
crazy.
goodness. Okay. Whew.
So when I hear it, I'm nuts.
So you heard it and just ignored it for a while?
I'm in the Arcanum right now. The amount of ridiculousness that happens here.
I mean, things were floating. It seemed normal.
Okay. Well, when did it leave?
So we heard it like a couple seconds ago, right?
Not a couple seconds ago, but quite recently.
Just heard it maybe a little bit ago.
How long has it been following you?
I feel like I heard it.
Since this morning.
Yeah, breakfast. Commented on my breakfast.
Why would someone do that?
I know, right?
Hearing voices is the first sign of insanity.
Do I hear that?
Yeah, you all do.
Same voice as before?
Yeah.
Well, that would be it, I'm assuming. Are you going to show yourself this time?
I can't show myself to people that can't see.
Oh, this is so deep.
So why am I here? Is this just a game?
What? No game.
Then what's next?
Not everybody's here.
Can we kind of tell where the voice is coming from?
Yeah, it's coming from just above your head.
Who is everybody?
Can I sense anything from it?
Sense what?
I just didn't throw magic anyway.
Do you have no magic? Make an Arcana check. Oh, you can't have a party with 3 people. We need more.
9.
I believe there's 4 of us.
4 of you?
3 of us, 1 of you.
Oh, well, very kind of you to invite me.
Are we going somewhere?
I told you, there's not enough people.
How many people do we need?
No answer.
I can assume 2 more that might be invited.
I don't know if that's the best idea right now.
Let's be real, the last time we were summoned together, it was all of us.
The last time we were summoned, we came individually.
Yes. You came individually. Me and Nadia happened to be together. I don't know what happened after I left, but Reiyal'uss and Ivan was still there. They could still be together or coming separately.
He better watch his back.
I mean, as long as he's better at dodging than Gedrick,
He better
I think
hope so.
he'll be okay.
You feel a little extra weight on your head as something lands on your horns. Hey, nice horns.
They're actually pretty awesome.
It's
I
more of
haven't said it yet, but those are pretty sweet.
it's more of a compliment than I usually get about them, so thank you. Do you have horns?
Yeah. They're not like these, though. And you feel the weight kind of tug farther back on you. It feels almost like something's hanging off of one of your horns.
I'm not used to fighting things I can't see, so
You could try.
I reach for it quick.
Make a. Whew. We'll call it an attack roll. Try to grapple it.
10, I guess, from including other stuff.
Nothing but air. You could be faster than
Is
that.
it still hanging?
No.
I guess I did need to be faster than that.
Gedrick, you feel a sharp poke in the back where you got punched.
Oh.
Oh, he's playful. Feel that one. What are you?
Well, I am Gal. Well, Galador. You can call me Gal.
That sounds great. Are you unable to appear to us?
Well,
Be nice
I
to
could.
talk to a face, actually.
But I am talking to your face. And you can kind of hear it somewhere in front of you.
It'd be nice to see yours.
Well, then look harder.
I'm gonna look.
Oh my goodness, this guy
Peer
is like...
really hard. And nothing.
No, he's talking about inside.
You guys reach
Like,
the
look
eastern edge
harder
of the
inside.
Arcanum. Cart drops you off. Doesn't want to go in.
Thanks.
Think he'll be in the apartments?
It's the first place I'd look.
Alright.
Where else does he go? Library?
That's true.
He's a warrior now.
I mean, if he was at the apartment, someone might know
Far
where it
this
was.
thing from a war.
Olaf?
A
little bit
we
farther,
could say
actually.
Olaf.
I mean, somebody in there must have known where he was going.
Yeah.
So we'll start heading towards the apartments.
Okay. So you guys make your way down the street. After you pass the tower and the train center, you can see some figures standing around on the grass by the apartments.
I'll look,
Continue getting a little
passing
closer,
by.
you can see that it's everybody else.
Oh,
Hmm.
there they are.
Convenient.
Yeah.
Looks like everyone got the message.
Told you. I didn't get no message. I got beat up.
Do we notice them approaching?
I got a rock.
I'm standing the trident in the grass and just staring at him the entire time he approaches.
Oh boy. I want to see this fight. I'm sorry.
Who uses a trident?
Shut up, worm.
Hello, everyone.
That's just rude. Make a dex save.
5.
Aw.
You take 1 point of fire damage as there's this little spark of fire in your face.
There is a time and there is a place, and it is not now.
Didn't you breathe fire in a bar?
I just stare at you.
Fair enough.
Well, hello, everyone. Nadia. Gedrick.
How's it going,
Hello.
guys?
Real.
It's been better.
How's it going? Pedro, Nadia, Ivan, this is Azan, this is Ivan.
Look at him and then just look away.
I don't even waste my time looking at him.
Gedrick.
What?
Some
Yeah, this is a message I haven't gotten the other
some
half.
scaly snake thing said we were coming here for tea.
Snake thing. Yeah, well.
It's got hands, it flies, I don't know.
Tea.
I don't know. He hasn't given me the other half yet, so.
Poor Gedrick never knows. Always reading, but never knowing.
Oh my goodness.
Absolutely
He's
true.
ripping me
Absolutely.
apart.
Yeah, around his nose on that one.
You look a little shaky there, Gedrick. You alright?
Been better.
What happened?
This random evil chick beat the crap out of me. Oh, there she is.
I'll go for a high five.
Oh, to me? I thought to him. I was like, I'm gonna break your arm.
Oh,
Yeah.
cute.
You just leave as you guys high five, you feel another little scaly hand touch.
Oh.
Friendship.
Now this is a party. Everybody, follow me. And there's this slight poof, and you see this floating snake-like creature with.
Can I tell what it is?
Make a. We'll call it a straight intelligence check. Not sure.
Evil chick.
So it turns and starts floating its way a lot further into the Arcanum. Just following the road.
Well,
Lead on, Gedrick. This is your party.
I like nothing about this thing.
we will follow the worm.
You guys are all following it?
Yes, if everyone's following it, I will follow it.
Yes, come along. Every once in a while, he does like these twisting figure eights in the air, just kind of playing around, making sure that he hangs around long enough for you guys.
We could take it.
I'm gonna ask him if he is some sort of dragon, but I'm gonna say
I can only hope he leads me to a coliseum.
You just get all you get back is a little giggle.
I'm assuming he knows what I'm saying.
So you guys just continue following it.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys make your way past kind of some of the more personal houses that are in the Arcanum. Eventually, you come to the border of the Arcanum and the Golden Quarter. The guards step across in front of you guys. You can see the little creature stops out in front of us. Hey, we're coming through. And there's a second where they look at each other, and then the little creature snaps his hand, and there's the glowing form of a page comes up in front of him. One of them kind of squints forward at it, looks at the other guy shrugs, and they just step aside. And the page that was in the air just vanishes. Yeah, come on, come.
What are they guarding?
Continues on.
Golden Quarter. Oh, we're going to Golden Quarter.
Let's go.
So in here, the road is a very well kept paving stone road. Very nice brass lanterns. All the houses are different in some way, but they're all massive mansions. They're all obviously individually built for each of the people that lives here. You follow him along through the road for a while. He takes a winding street off to the left. You eventually do come to this low, wide house. The front of it is all round pillars, and in behind it on the property, there is a round, broad 3-story tower.
On our way over, I'm assuming that I'm probably covered in dirt. I would clean myself up. It was like before we even got into the Golden Quarter.
Okay. Leading from the road to the front of this house is a pathway made of the same purple quartz as the Arcanum. The lampposts lining it also have a purple crystal on top, very reminiscent of what you dealt with when you were down in the bottom of the factory.
Like, how reminiscent?
Not exactly the same, but very similar. It's a small spire with a metal or a purple crystal on top.
Just kind of like walk through slowly.
So you guys are walking down the path. As you get up towards where the porch of this house is, underneath the big columns, it suddenly veers off to the side. Come along this way.
Alright then.
Starts going around the house. Leads you into the in behind the house. Property goes back for a ways. All grass, but there's lots of very rich gardens in along kind of large shrubs with flowers around them along the fences. And then here and there in the middle of the lawn, there's all kinds of different little gardens that kind of crop up out over rocks. You continue along a winding little dirt path until you get up to the door of the tower.
Is it just like a tower, or is it kind of like the one that's got like the space?
No, it's just a normal tower. It's made of like a white brick. He goes up to where the door is, and he goes, All right, we're here. And he twists in the air and poof, disappears.
Over here.
Where is he?
I'm not sure, but I'm gonna knock on the door.
So every time you strike the door to knock it, there's actually this really melodic chime, almost like a bell. You wait a minute, and you hear the door click, and then slides open. In front of you, you see a young woman, pretty tall, young face, green eyes, has really long white hair, a long black skirt with a slit coming halfway up it, and a short sleeve gray shirt. You've seen this person before down in the bottom of the factory. This is the woman who showed up halfway through the fight. Oh, good. I see that my message got through. Come in. The tea's almost ready.
I don't recognize this person then. Do
yeah.
I? Because wherever I'm living.
No,
I wasn't
You would
contacted.
not, and Azencroft.
I'm asking for like being in the Arcanum, that's why.
No, you wouldn't have seen her in the Arcanum. So she motions you guys in and kind of leads you in. Almost the entire footprint of the tower is this room. It's just a big round room. There's a very rich purple carpet with gold trim and patterning on it. There's occasionally a bookshelf along the wall. There's a large fireplace made of brick that you can see a pot hanging over right now. Off to the side, there's a table, but it's just the table. There's nothing underneath. It's just floating there in space. The chairs around it, again, same thing, no legs. They're just kind of floating around it. She goes over to the fire where the pot is. As you guys walk in, the door closes behind you.
I appreciate the invitation, but I don't believe I've ever met you. Would I be able to know your name if I'm joining you for tea?
Oh, yes. How silly of me. I am Kaylee. I'm a council member. I believe some of us met briefly, very recently under different circumstances. I thought it best that we meet each other properly.
You were unconscious.
Oh.
Hey, go! Get down here and deal with the tea. You hear a slight giggle and there's this poof. He shows up again and goes over where the pot is. She comes over and kind of motions to the chairs around the table. Please sit down.
Thank you. I believe I've actually heard that name before.
Have you?
Yeah. I'm new in town. I've just been trying to do a little research to know who's who.
Did we get his name?
Okay.
I think we did.
I just sit down.
As he goes to sit down, can I kick the floating chair from above?
Oh.
Where do you kick?
It's just a seat, right?
It's like a seat with a back.
Okay, I'll just kick the side of the seat and shove it aside.
Okay. Make an attack roll. With strength. It's an unarmed strike.
13.
13? Okay, make a dex save.
0.
Okay, you kick it and it just kind of like goes to the side a little bit and then floats there. As you try to sit down, there's just nothing there and you fall down.
Do I notice that it was him who kicked it?
Yeah, it's pretty obvious. He's the only person there.
What?
Everybody else took a seat and you're
Stealth
like,
it!
hey.
You should stealth it.
So stealthy.
Stealth it.
It's pretty obvious who it was. She laughs.
I'll help him. I'll help him up. Just trying to have some fun.
I sit on the chair.
You guys seem like good friends. How did you all meet?
We were fighting over something, actually.
Trying to get a fire call. For different reasons.
Oh, yeah, Fire Corps. Yeah, it's, well, I guess it makes sense that you would have been in the factory then.
Yeah. fellow named Jethro seemed pretty invested.
Jethro. I don't know, Jethro.
Getting that answer a lot.
So, you said you're new here in town. What brings you to town?
Quite a long story, honestly. Mostly just on a mission for personal improvement.
Well, there's always room for improvement. It doesn't matter who we are or, where we are in life.
Sometimes you need to change where you are to try to switch things up a bit, gain new insights.
Sometimes. Sometimes you can't get new insights without staying in the same place and looking at things differently.
That is very true.
Come on, Gull, let's go. You can see him, he's wrapped all his claws around the handle on the pot, and he's struggling. He's trying to like drag it over.
Slavery!
You use my mage hand out and carry.
Okay. Yeah. As he gets over the table, she kind of just like claps and mugs appear on the table in front of you guys. And he starts going around and pouring it. When he finishes, he puts it down in the middle of the table and he goes, I could have handled it. And then he goes and he lands on her shoulder and kind of curls around her neck and just lays down.
You should trust him more, Gedrick. He's quite the accomplished smith assistant.
Fair enough.
Yes, Gull has many talents. He likes to help. She kind of pats him behind his ear. So, what about the rest of you? What brings you to town?
Just kind of searching for my own answers to questions I have.
And have you found those answers?
Not yet.
And how did you find all of them?
I was trying to become one of the members of the Arcanum, and I was sent to. My final task was to rid the city of the fire elemental.
Oh, so with it gone, you're a member of the Arcanum now?
Now I still have one more step.
Oh, okay. Well, keep trying. I'm sure you'll be able to make it.
I will keep trying, of course.
You there, Elf.
Yeah.
What about you? What brings you to the city?
I've always been in the city.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Always is a long time.
Especially for elves.
Yes. But even elves can't always be somewhere.
Nope, I've basically always been here. Maybe not in the city, but directly around here. And then I was supposed to grab the fire port, and that's when I met this level.
Interesting. What about you, dear?
The sea led me here. Just decided to make a change. Stepped off the ship. Got attacked by vines and somehow ended up with these people.
By vines. Well, that sounds like an interesting story, and she kind of leans forward.
As we were looking for the fire core, we all ended up encountering each other on the same quest. We traveled for a little bit and heard some screams off to the side in the forest, which is where we ended up meeting her. When we approached, there seemed to be a mass of vines that was holding her and began attacking us. Once we defeated it, it turned out to be what looked like some
It was a dryad.
woodland woman. I don't know. He says dryad. I believe that's the term.
Tree lady.
Interesting. Dryad normally have anything to do with vines or attacking people. Pretty peaceful lot, the Dryads, unless you upset them.
She didn't seem to know what happened. She was very confused.
Did she say where she was from?
What?
North.
The mountains.
The north, of course.
Of course.
What about you? How'd you come to be here?
Well, I used to be part of the Maxwell family, Forger Town. But,
My sympathies.
so I never really went too far after that. Studied a bit, but still following the trade. Just
Yes, you work for Vantech now, right?
I do.
Yeah. Siegfried's a good guy. A little off-center, but I like him.
Can't say I've had the pleasure. Mostly deal with Gara. just a shop hand, not to the management.
Don't know if I've met Kara before. And she goes back, starts drinking her tea again.
How about you? What led you to town? From what, like you said, you seem to be a part of the council. Was it always that way?
Oh no, not always. I haven't been here terribly long. You know, adventuring around, moving around. Eventually I came to the Arcanum, and they took a liking to me. What can I say? She just kind of leans back in her chair.
Fair enough.
Some things just click, I suppose.
Hey, if the glove fits, wear it. Goes back to drinking. There's another knock on the door, and you can hear it just chimes with each blow on the door. Oh, yes, good. And she gets up. The door swings open, and you see another woman standing there. Not as tall, smooth white skin, very round face but young, very pretty. Eyes are the same color as the sky, just this deep blue. This shimmering silver hair that goes all the way down her back. This very deep blue dress with a light blue corset over top, and it's all done with like silver, very intricate silver detailing. And at this point, Kaylee runs over and she's like, "Oh, good, Nat, you made it." "Yes, I'm here." Kaylee kind of grabs her by the hands, like, "It's good to see you." "Yes, you as well." "They're all here. I got them all together." "Ah, yes, very good." She comes over, and with a wave of her hand, another floating chair just kind of comes into being beside you guys. "Ah, good. I trust everybody is comfortable then."
Definitely.
Yeah.
Just
Now that you're in
I,
the chair, you comfortable?
Now that I'm in the chair.
Holy jeez. Everyone you could pick on.
I am Natsuko. I am familiar with you already, Gedrick. What is your name?
Reiyal'uss.
Reiyal'uss. What about you?
Azencroft.
Azencroft.
Nadia.
Nadia.
Ivan Alarin Maxwell Kalhana.
A pleasure.
Do I know her?
You were familiar with the name. You know that Natsuko is the head of the Arcanum.
Okay.
Whoa.
Pleasure to meet you.
Yes, well. Would that we could meet under nicer circumstances, but I'm afraid I need to ask you about the events that transpired recently, specifically at the factory. Care to tell me what happened?
Starting when? From which point? When we entered? When?
Where you deem it appropriate.
Well, we were approached by a man named Jethro, who we had previously encountered, and when we acquired the fire core originally, he came in and grabbed it and paid us and said all debts are settled, which they actually turned out to be. He approached us saying that there was alarms set and that we are needed there, so we all headed over there. We ran into some
Pigs.
pig boar creations that seemed to disappear and reappear out of nowhere. As we continued in, we found refugees, or survivors, I guess you should say. We eventually got out. What else? We ran into those weird clockwork people, suits of armor that were mechanized of some sort. They attacked us. We disposed of them and made our way further in, where we found this man seemingly absorbing the power of the fire cores.
It was doing something to them.
Doing something to them. It looked like there was weird tendrils coming out of them towards him.
Kaylee tangled with him for a bit.
He used this weird staff item that put us all in these nightmarish scenarios that I didn't even wake up from till later on. That's all I remember at this point.
She showed up, lots of explosions. I
You
went blind.
Yes.
Yes, well, young Kaylee has that effect on many people, I would think. So, these visions, this place that he trapped you, what can you tell me about them?
They seem to be some kind of personal challenge that we had to overcome in some way. I mean, some of them seem to be that.
I kind of looked out, and I was a hallway of something
Yeah.
chasing.
Mine wasn't too different from a rather poorly designed area in the factory, to be quite honest.
And what was yours?
Mine was some test of my magical abilities, which of course I did not pass.
And yours?
Mine started off where I was in a forest, some kind, in I guess a ruined building. As I turned around, I approached a pool of water, and when I peered into it, I became a lion. As that occurred, I began to hear drumming off in the distance. Sounded like hunting drums. I assumed it was for me, and as I tried to run, I was assaulted by many humans. They tried to shoot me and throw things at me, and then I kept running. There were multiple traps set in an attempt to capture me, and I eventually tried to jump through a flame out of the ruins, and that was when I passed out. And then I woke up again.
And you?
Tunnels. I had to find my way as I was drowning.
Interesting. And what can you tell me about this man?
I don't remember what the description of it was now.
I do not recall much. When we approached him initially, he wasn't facing us. He didn't seem fazed by our presence in the slightest.
He told us to stop, and we all froze in a.
And what was he wearing?
I do not recall much from after the nightmare.
Same here.
I just remembered the shadowed figure standing with his back facing us as he was absorbing energy from the fire cores.
I was blind.
Heavy robes, if I remember correctly. Hooded, sleeves down past his hands.
Tried to hide as much as possible.
Humanoid?
For the most part.
And what did you feel being near him?
Well,
Blind.
not much until he demonstrated some of his powers. He seemed to be quite the powerful magic user.
I felt outclassed in every way.
We tried to strike him, and our blows didn't always seem to meet.
Did he do anything else?
You commanded us to stop, as I said, and then.
You didn't cast anything else?
Kaylee had...
He left through he opened a thing and walked through it.
Can I remember any of the spells he cast?
No, you wouldn't really notice any of them because you were unconscious for the second time.
Fair enough. Yeah. I was just trying to remember what happened during the part where we were actually letting him go. Not much happened.
Can I make an Arcana check to see if I understand the spells that he was casting a little bit?
Sure.
Otherwise, I'm passing this one off on Kaylee. Hey, 20, that's pretty good. Not a natural one, but...
You know, he cast some things that were pretty much beyond you. There was some different explosions and that sort of thing. You're not really sure exactly what he used.
He was throwing about some quite powerful magic. Something I can only guess at. Kaylee was quite honestly about as impressive. Without her there, I'm certain we wouldn't be having what I imagine to be lovely tea. I haven't had a chance, sorry.
Yes, well, don't take that as anything against you. This was someone well beyond you.
Yes.
It is good that you are here now to ignore the lovely tea.
I'm gonna start drinking the tea.
You've given me much to think about. Thank you all. Have a good day.
My apologies. We are kind of blindsided by this as well. Is there any information you are able to share with us in the hopes that we can make sense of it a little more?
It's best that at this time you just pay it no mind. She turns to Kaylee. Thank you very much. She leaves. Kaylee turns back to you after closing the door. Right, well, that was awkward, so enjoy. She comes back and sits down with you guys.
Can I sip the tea? Is it like sweet?
It's not overly sweet now.
Okay.
It's very calm tea.
Anybody else feel like we didn't do too good anymore?
I never felt like I did good.
We accomplished what we were supposed to do.
I mean, I get that. I just still kind of feel like we didn't.
Well,
As she said, we weren't even close. Even way above us. That's much as.
Have you seen much magic like that before, Kaylee?
Yeah, I've seen my share.
Do you seem exceptionally powerful, or? I don't know how to
Well,
grade.
you know, far be it from me to say that I couldn't handle anything, but let's just say it's probably a good thing he left.
what was he doing with the fire cores anyway?
Don't know exactly, but he consumed a few of them before he left.
So he was absorbing power.
Maybe. It's a matter of where he puts the energy. Like she said, don't you guys worry about that stuff. You know, it's done. You managed to get through it with only some bumps and bruises. Enjoy yourself. Find something to do. There's lots of things in the city. Come, let's not sit here and talk about dark things.
Fair enough.
She'll just continue on and start talking about the city with you guys. Just various things.
Ivan's gonna get distracted at some point trying to feel for the legs and then slowly trying to figure out how this chair exists and works.
You're doing that. She doesn't really seem to pay attention to you, but at one point, Galador kind of looks up from where he is on her shoulder and giggles at you. And after a while of small talk and you guys finish your tea, she kind of gets up and, well, it's been fun, but I have things that I must see too, so if you don't mind.
Well, thank you for the tea.
Yes, of course.
And thank you for
Right.
saving us.
Yes. Thank you for saving us.
Hey, don't mention it. It's what I do.
No. Right. Thank you.
What do you think, Go? You gonna show them the way out? Well, I guess if I have to. He kind of gets up, floats off ahead of you.
It still creeps the shit out of me. God,
He's kind of cute.
you're wrong.
He's
Okay.
a flying snake. It's whatever.
He leads you
Yeah.
off, and he'll lead you guys north out of the Golden Quarter. Back in the Arcanum.
Imagine we don't have to show a page to get out of the Golden Quarter.
No, but him being with you, you do notice that guards pay attention to you guys when you're going around, but him being with you, nobody really makes too much of a fuss. So with you reaching the Arcanum again, it's probably a good place to call a break. So 5 minutes, we'll get some air flowing back through here, we'll replenish our drinks. Nobody go anywhere, we'll be right back.
We will.
Oh
Alright.
my god.
Hey guys.
Welcome back to episode 10.
Welcome back. Thank you for sticking it out with us.
Yeah, thanks for sticking it out.
Water.
I'm not about to.
Don't worry, just a little private ribbing.
Oh gosh.
I know we don't want to, but can you click that off?
Oh,
Please no. No.
We're going back into the furnace.
whew. Back to the forge.
Yep, no kidding.
All right.
I feels like this all day, every day.
So, you guys find yourselves back in the edge of the Arcanum. Gaul kind of accuses himself and disappears. So what are you guys doing? You got it's probably about 2 or 3 in the afternoon at this point. What are you doing for the rest of the day?
So that's it.
People go separate ways.
We got dragged away to.
Have tea.
Yeah.
Didn't you say that you were told there was tea?
Yeah, but I thought there was going to be like more than that.
Story
We
time.
met 2 very important people. This was a very important tea. We met the leader of the Arcanum and a council member. Is that not good enough for you guys?
She was the leader of the Arcanum?
Yes, that was.
Alright. Seems odd she'd want our story. I mean,
It's all based in magic. It's under her
Kaylee was there for at least half of it.
half of it.
What can a bunch of people like us fill in magic?
Half.
I study magic almost as much as you, Gedrick, and I didn't know anything that was going on
The
there.
thing we told her though, she probably can pick up on stuff in maps better than we can.
I don't know anything about what's just out.
Well, you're blind.
It's just weird. I don't mean down there. I mean like in that room. It's just I don't understand. What are we supposed to do now?
I just want to know how those chairs work.
Magic.
Yes, but how are you so uninterested in them?
You know that if you
I know I don't understand them, so I don't
you
try
can
to.
imbue an item with a spell. So it's probably some kind of flying spell.
Well, yes, I know that. But how? You can do it 1,000 different ways. How are you not interested in this?
I see a lot of weird stuff here.
How are you?
I mean, you were just sitting on it. I mean, it was doing its purpose.
Well, yeah, but you don't want to know how to.
I mean, I sit on chairs all the time, and I don't know how people put them together.
But you can see how they get put together. The hinge, the pet.
Well, now that the interesting conversation is over, have a good one. And I walk away.
Where are you going?
An inn somewhere.
Are you
Why?
sure you don't want to help me
Have
teach
you not?
Gedrick how to
stay in
dodge?
Arcanum for now.
Why, do you want to do anything?
Yeah, we're practicing.
I don't fucking
You're
know.
still teaching Gedrick
You
how to
should-
dodge.
You should spar
Yeah.
with Nadia.
I'll give it a go.
I mean, it's you who really needs our help. And so, I mean, if you go against 2 people and can fend that off, I mean, you can fend off anyone. What about it? Stay with us.
I can stay for now.
Come on, Gedrick, I'll pull my punches.
I'm not fighting any of you.
What about me? I'm weak.
No.
Why?
No. I've been beaten already today. I'm not taking any more.
Oh, the best part is to get up after you lose. That's the strong part.
I'm not fighting you on your terms.
It's not fighting.
I can magically spar with you.
But I have 0 magic.
I have 0 fighting skill.
That's
we've
untrue.
obviously seen.
That's untrue.
So do I. I can't fight very well.
You can throw a punch, Gedrick. Come on now.
No, I clearly can't. I got my ass handed to me today. Alright, you know what? Let's just get knocked out. Alright, let's fight.
There we go.
Magic missile.
That's
Okay, what level?
Let's go with the first one.
I mean, he's not even gonna like
Roll your damage.
prepare.
Against whom?
We'll see.
It's a tree. Just a tree.
Roll your damage.
It's 3 or 2? It's 3, right?
3.
I might have pulled up. Can you do math for me? 11.
You need to get a
Okay.
calculator.
You destroy the tree. It's not terribly big to begin with. He just shreds it.
Shall we start?
Are you using magic?
I'm going to use what I'm good at if you're using what you're good at.
I mean, I thought it was supposed to be friendly.
Was it friendly when you kicked me in the punched me in the kidneys?
I mean, I've learned what you can now.
You guys can spar and I will read my book.
We'll never learn that one.
He's
yet,
got
Rick.
bruises on him. He's being blood at this point, probably.
I mean, that's how you get better.
I don't plan on getting better.
You don't, as soon
I
as
don't
you get
know
a
where you got
bruise,
this
back
ridiculous idea that
down.
I want to be this magical, amazing fighter.
Fine.
Just
Whatever.
dodge her.
Alright, so who's sparring then?
Let's beat up on the mage, nerd.
He reads books.
Let's rub dirt in his face.
Yeah, more or less this is what's going on right now.
It's a nice sandcastle you got there.
I'm a professional beach boy.
Fine, whatever. It's fun and all, but some of us have constructive things to do.
No one seems to be saying bye to you. That's awkward.
It was totally cool for him to stay there and beat up Gedrick, but the moment that's off the table, he's like, well, there's other things to do.
He actually just wanted to see Nadia beat the crap out of you.
Oh, he was off in fight
Aw.
Yeah,
I'll beat the crap out of you too.
you would. And how?
too. Yeah, but Ivan, you'll never get better unless you practice.
It's true.
I'll sit down by the broken tree and start reading.
Okay, boys, let's see the other two.
Whom?
What? What's happening?
Why don't you guys have a little fist fight?
Do you see him?
I mean, it's what, skill, and it's not just by
I'm gonna
he
walk up
looks
next
bad.
to him and put my hand like off my head, like into his lower chest, and just like look at it.
I mean, you can reach all the vitals.
I don't need to fight Reiyal'uss to know he's very good in combat. We have different skill sets.
Well said.
I'm gonna like put my hands like attempt like halfway around his arm. Be like,
You've drawn her attention.
I won't. It'll be a shit show.
Alright, I guess it's up to me again. Would you like to practice with me?
Me against you.
It's just not a good idea at all.
No.
Why not?
I mean,
You're both
Okay.
pretty quick.
what?
You're both pretty quick.
Yeah.
You're not
but-
too.
You don't think I'm evil, do you?
No, I just mean you're a lot.
You just
Better
trained
than
in
me.
martial fighting.
I mean, it's practicing.
Alright.
I've never seen so much fear
There's
in,
no
like,
practicing in that.
grown men.
Fine. Let's
Wasn't even pulling your punches.
let's do it.
I
Alright.
did. Disadvantage, bud.
I was dodging.
It's probably because you're wearing a One Punch Man shirt.
It's true. Very
We
appropriate.
can do this, but I want him on my side. And I point to Asin.
2 against 1.
Pretty fair for you.
I mean, it's good practice. Just fists.
I generally don't partake in sparring too often.
Why? Put down the pointies and let's have some fun.
See, I much prefer normal combat.
I saw you fight in a bar.
When the ale kicks in,
What time is it?
things
It's
change
like
a
3
little
in the
bit.
afternoon.
I prefer to watch.
Prefer to watch.
Even if Ivan was to get in it?
I don't respect him enough to spar with Ivan.
Oh.
You're right, I am seeing a lot of fear in grown men today.
Again, sparring is for children. I would much prefer to rip your flesh from the bone. I guess that's just the beast in me.
Must be. Uncivilized swine.
Okay, I'll go against Ivan. And I will pull him to the middle of the area.
You're going to try?
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to go quietly.
Opposed athletics.
This has always been fun and fast.
20? No, sorry, 19.
Damn it! I got 12.
He doesn't budge.
Come on, Ivan.
Well, I mean, if the beast is up for a fight.
I'm not between you and I. Oh boy.
Trident comes out.
Loosens the warhammer.
Well then, let's have some fun, Reiyal. And I just huck the first one. Or how close am I?
Am I in between them?
Yeah, pretty much.
Can I use the key point to push them back? I can do the whatchamacallit, push them back?
Yeah, sure. So
Yeah?
you can try.
Okay. What do I do?
I believe it's...
Strength save.
Do you have a strength save against you?
Yeah, I believe so. Strength save. If you
Okay.
fail, you're pushed 15 feet.
Okay, what's your DC?
My 12.
12. Okay. Both of you make a strength save.
10.
13.
You don't go anywhere. You get pushed back.
Oh my god.
How far?
15 feet. Well, he's pushing with you. We'll say 10 feet.
Far enough to huck a trident.
Yeah. So he kind of staggers back, sets himself, and throws a trident.
I hope I'm not in the way. And
Kind of in
no
between.
Crit.
You were just in.
11.
11. So trying to not hit Nadia, you kind of throw it too high, just sails over his head.
Alright. Just
I'm
gonna.
gonna put my boat down, slam it down, and I jump in the middle. It's like, I am sick and tired of this fighting. This is ridiculous. I'm gonna grab it with my mage hand and hold it as best I can. I know I can't really, but
Make a strength check.
stop! This is where I live.
9.
This is where I live. Seriously. I'm going
Make an
to
attack roll.
now.
That would be a 21 and a crit.
That might hit.
Roll your damage.
Crit that 19.
Actually, yeah, I forgot.
I'm gonna taser him.
8 damage.
Taser.
Alright.
You only got 21 when you rolled a 19? Doesn't seem right.
22.
For strength?
Your strength's only 1?
I'm gonna taser.
You're just gonna run up and grab him?
Yep. I'm gonna
Okay.
advantage on it, right? Throwing metal?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Alright.
Yeah. It's an 8 plus 5, so 13.
13. So Gedrick tries to grab you.
You already got your ass kicked. I do not think you want this as well.
So you're gonna just, again, start fighting in the middle of the street here. The
This
guards are gonna take you guys in for this.
is not your fight.
Talk it out, man. You're sitting there not liking that people call you a beast and stuff, but then you attack them the moment they do. We've talked about this before.
I start walking at Ivan.
Are you doing anything, Ivan? You just
Well, I was
taking
going to
jab?
I was gonna charge, but I was letting him do his rant. Charge as soon as after he got hit with the second trident.
Okay, so charge at him.
Charge. Take the swing. 2 hands.
What you doing there?
I
Oh,
don't care.
sorry, that hits. That's a 19 plus 5 is 24. So you take 15 damage.
Ooh.
What?
5 from the charge.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, sorry. 17 damage. Forgot to add my strength. It was a max damage roll.
Reasonable. Is it plus? Yeah, charge.
Yep.
Alright.
So that
Oh,
So as you go to pull your
jeez.
third one out, he's yelling at you. All of a sudden, Ivan just comes charging around the side of Gedrick, just slams the hammer into you. You stagger backwards from the blow. Kind of catch yourself.
Sure you want to deal with this with your hands?
And I heave both the trident right, try to get under his chin.
Okay.
Death!
9.
No, it doesn't hit. You step back, try to jab up at him, but he's already going to the side and just goes past over his shoulder.
And as a bonus action, I'm going to second wind.
It doesn't take a... Oh, bonus action second one.
D10 plus
Keep
fighter
thinking.
level.
I keep thinking that's his...
I'd like
Actually, someone in there
to
as
pat Gedrick on the
What's that?
shoulder.
Is Con is in there as well?
I don't think so.
No, 1d10 plus fighter level. I'll come back around after that. Just glorious strike. Come up, swing back into the left side of him.
Okay.
Does a 20 hit?
Yep.
8 damage.
Sure, he can't hit monsters, but he's just cleaving Ivan Azeroth in half. So,
Lucky rolls out
as you
first.
stab up past him, he swings around and brings the hammer down on the other side of you.
Again, try to get him under the chin.
You guys doing anything? Just watching?
Yep. I'm walking back away.
10.
I'll call it good.
Doesn't it? So you
I'll call it.
jab up at him, but as
Walking
he's,
away.
it's right as he's slamming the hammer into you again, and your thrust goes
Ooh,
wide open again.
marker.
I'm going to fall back for a second, then with my right leg, try to propel myself forward again and go for a second. Action surge.
Action surging? Yeah.
21.
It's gonna hit.
4 damage.
Okay.
Oh. Are any guards coming? No. I see.
Definitely
You're in the
feeling some
arcana.
bruises through the arm right now. Probably bleeding a bit.
I mean,
Why
they're
don't you
only,
ever learn?
they're only damaging
Why
each
don't you
other.
ever learn?
Takes a swing.
Gedrick,
aiming-
Gedrick, this is between
Going
them.
for that leg that he's putting so much weight on right now.
In my home.
They're not damaging anything
Does
around
19
you.
hit?
Yes. No shield.
Then you take another 8 damage.
Oh.
Damn.
So you plant yourself and stab forward. It grabs into his armor and kind of pulls. He just grits his teeth and swings right down on the leg you're planting yourself on and buckles it. You drop to a knee. What do you do?
Looking at him. I'm nothing but a beast.
Oh,
Make a
yeah.
dex save. Against 14? 13?
Against 14.
16.
Okay, so roll your damage
And then half it.
and then half it.
5.
So 2 damage.
Hauls back.
Come on, give me
Going to just swing right through the flames with a hammer. I told you I've been burned worse than that! But no, just does not get a good hit. Only swinging for a 13 there. Probably a bad idea to swing like
And
that.
you just pull yourself out of the way.
So I'm able to stand up again.
Hmm?
And then try to heave it. I'll bring it down onto the top of his forehead if I can.
Okay.
You're a little bit taller than me.
10.
No. He just steps to the side as you bring it down and you slam it into the ground.
Alright, I'm just gonna try and like overbear him, tackle him, but by slamming the hilt of the warhammer into his throat, just running forward like that.
Okay. Opposed athletics.
13.
9.
So you want to knock him prone?
Yeah.
Okay. So he comes forward with it. As you stab down, he comes up under it, forcing the shaft of his warhammer up under your chin. Kind of knocks you up, and then he bears you down and knocks you right down onto your back, him on top of you.
I guess I'm gonna grab it and just try to chest press him up and get it off of me.
Okay. Opposed
Yeah.
Rip
athletics.
it out of his hands. 11.
6.
Okay. So you push him up off of you.
I'm heading back to the apartment.
You're not gonna watch the show?
No, he's clearly opposed to this.
So I'd try to climb on top and just grab it and rip it out of his hands.
Okay. You. You had to use your action to break the grapple, so you can't do that until next.
Okay. I wouldn't have let go of the hammer yet, though.
Okay. So you push him off to the side, and you still have your hands on it, but.
Guess we're both fighting over the hammer. I'm just gonna try and bring a knee up into his stomach at this point.
Okay. Make an unarmed attack.
Unarmed attacks.
19.
Yep.
So that'll be
1 plus your strength.
3 damage.
It's so close.
Damned mutt, let go!
No.
Honestly, from our point of view, they're just on the floor now, like.
So I'm gonna grab it. and I'm
Anime
just
style, just like you put some some Barry White over it, changes the mood completely.
I don't know which way it would be facing. Like,
Kind of to the side. You're both kind of like.
but I mean,
on
is the hammer on the top or the bottom?
On the bottom.
I just try to jerk it quick and smoke him with the hilt. Or
The
Butt of the hammer?
The butt.
The butt. sorry.
opposed athletics.
Alright. 12.
18.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
So 1 plus your strength.
2.
You take 2 damage as he slams the hilt down on you. You're still holding on to it.
Boys will be boys.
Yeah, I'm liking just softening up his middle, so I'm just gonna take another, get myself again and just slam forward with my knee.
Okay. You keeping track of your belt?
Yep, I got
Okay.
one more round before it recharges. Whew. Man, I can beat the shit out of Azencroft apparently. That's a 23 with an unarmed strike, so another 3 damage.
Come on.
Knees you in the stomach again.
With one claw or one hand on that, I'll try to grab my arm, stick my claw out, and swing at his face.
Okay.
$16.
That just hits.
$6 damage.
Alright, he grits his teeth and
Ooh.
his hands slide off the hammer.
Fall unconscious.
Passes out.
So as your claws break
Yeah.
through, there's a spray of blood. Ivan, for a second, looks like he's just gonna bear through it, and then he just falls backwards, goes unconscious.
I stand up.
Feel better now. We can move forward. Leave this shit behind us.
I walk at him. I look at his arm, the one with the blade, and above it in the flesh, I grab the claw and I just do a quick scrape. One that I think will be deep enough to kind of leave a little mark.
Okay.
And then I go in my bag, I grab a healing potion, and I stuff it in his throat.
Okay. So you take a death saving fail.
Yep.
Actually, you take 2. You're unconscious.
Make a check and then they make 1. Right?
What's that?
They'd make a check, then make a fail.
No, he attacked you,
Oh.
but then he gives you a healing potion.
What
So
did
roll
you
the
do?
potion.
Like, his
I have claws,
oh,
retractable claws.
oh, okay.
The lion.
Weak ass potion.
I gave you the bad one. It smelled funny. And I spit in it.
Didn't even heal the claw marks.
So you sputter and wake up.
And then I put out my hand to pick him up.
Takes it. Picks himself up.
You had me worried. I was a little weaker than I thought I'd be.
I think your damn stomach's made out of the same shit my arm is. Still a damned idiot, by the way.
Things go both ways. But where I come from, when you battle someone, regardless of the outcome, there's a level of respect.
Never said I didn't respect you, Azencroft. What I said about your people, yeah, I guess it's true. Never said that about you. Just a fact about where they came from. Who the hell knows what the rest of us did? So what? You came here in fucked up circumstances. Your people came because of the way they did. The hell does it matter?
We can agree on that. I don't think it should matter. But what you need to understand is that's why I'm here, and that's why I do what I do. That's why I left my family. That is why I left the comfortabilities of what I love behind. Because I am here to try to change the opinions of the people in cities like this. I am here to prove, to whatever extent, that we are worth something despite public opinion. Yes, people may look down on us. That is how it is. But that doesn't mean that is how it always needs to be. And whether I achieve this or not, that doesn't matter. The point is, if we're working together, that is my goal, and I will respect yours as long as you respect mine.
Never gave a shit where you came from, Azencroft. I guess I just got caught up in the facts.
Well, that was great. I'm glad that you guys had your moment. You're on the same side now. Now, can we all go get our pretty sparkly-handed friend back?
What now?
Gedrick.
He's emotionally
Where'd
hurt
he
that
go?
you guys
He went
were.
back to the apartment. He didn't want to watch you
But-
guys fight. It was what you needed to get your fucking heads out of your own asses.
If he hit me, I would have been screwed. Thank God he can't cast a spell.
I'm so glad he's not there. Because then you would be down.
Well, now the two of you can help each other walk back to the apartments. Let's go get him back.
I'd hand him another potion, and then I'd drink one.
I'd like to
Save it.
high-five you. Job well done.
Let me limp.
No? Well,
Payment for being a mule's ass.
then it goes both ways. And I won't drink mine.
Bucket that.
You did get hit in the one knee pretty badly.
I've got probably puncture marks and bruises all along the stomach because that's where
You
it kept
got,
hitting
you
me.
got these nasty claw marks
Yeah.
all the way up.
Was it the
Ooh,
left side of the face or the right side you
warrior.
caught him on?
It would
You
have
went
been
on me.
your right side.
Yeah.
So I'm on the right side of the face?
Yeah.
Cool. Now he's got matching scars. He's got burns on the one side and animal marks on the other.
I think you're just looking more and more like a warrior.
Thanks for missing the eye, huh? Can't make one of those.
Oh my god.
Yet.
Right. Don't think they can. We'll find out. Yeah, let's go limping to find Gedrick then.
One of you guys want to spar now? Kidding.
I will.
They both just jump on you.
No.
Pull the try out. Warhammer cracks lightning. Let's go.
It's the hallway all over again. Running full speed.
When you enter light.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we're going to the apartments, right?
Yeah, I think that's where we would assume
I
he
mean, I
would
guess
go to
you guys
hide.
probably would have seen him more or less where he's walking.
You guys rolled out your potions?
I didn't drink mine.
They were both too stubborn to drink them.
Oh, okay.
He handed him one, and they both pocketed them like fuck.
Oh, I handed mine back. I was like, now let me limp. I was being an asshole.
Okay. So you guys gotta
This is
stagger your way
great.
along behind these guys. Doesn't take you overly long to make it to the apartments.
Just walk inside.
You push your way inside. There's a few people in here, not a whole lot through the day. You do see Gedrick in there.
I'll just walk over, sit on the bed next to him. How's it going, buddy?
It's going.
That's good. Yeah, so they're fine now. They're working together.
Is it around like dinner time now?
Getting there.
We could all head for some food.
Yes, can we not get in a fight tonight though? That'd be great. I just want to eat.
Yes.
I feel like that's already fine.
I don't have it in me. I'm not fighting anything tonight.
Yeah, I could eat after that.
I don't really plan on leaving the arcane at this point. I'm going to grab dinner at the training grounds.
That sounds great. I mean, I think two of us don't really want to walk very much.
Yeah.
So we'll head there for dinner.
If we're invited.
Okay, I will loop one arm. Do you want to loop
I'm
the
not
other?
going yet.
On who? Yeah.
We're gonna like. Da-da-da.
Did you grab?
He is the shortest member.
You guys are all kind of short.
I'm not that short.
How tall are you?
I think I'm like 6'4" or something.
You're 6'4".
No.
Jesus.
5'4".
Yeah, you're kind of short.
I'm not that short.
You're kind of short.
How short are you?
5'4".
Oh. How? What am I?
5'2".
Yay! That makes a
So they just
difference.
loop their arms under yours and lift you right up.
Holding the book still.
So you guys are carrying him. You just
Devoted.
That's fine.
okay.
And we'll lead the way.
I think we're heading out to the training ground to go food or something.
Yep. So you remember where it is from this morning. You get them there, no problem. The food on the table is different now. More supper type things. There's different meats and potatoes and vegetables and that kind of stuff. That kind of thing.
Is there anybody like watching us in here? Like they're just letting us take free food all the time? Nope.
No one's stopping
There's
you.
no one around there? Okay. I should hang out here more often.
What kind of meats are there?
There's different chickens and beefs and things. Some that you're not really sure what the creature was, but
Grab a piece of beef and then 2 pieces of bread.
I'll grab anything that I don't really recognize.
Put some sliced fruit in that.
You don't know. Is there cheese? I want the cheese in it too.
So what he's saying is he wants to make a
Crunchy.
sandwich. I believe he has to roll for that.
Roll an intelligence.
Oh,
With the bread on
please.
the inside, like.
Please make him roll.
roll a cooking check.
He makes weird
Sleight of
foods.
hand.
He makes just weird foods.
Intelligence.
Okay, so you get
But no
proficiency.
proficiency.
Yes.
Because you're not proficient in cooking.
A 6. The bread's on the outside. You know what? It's a piece of bread between 2 pieces of meat.
You end up with a piece of bread and some meat and cheese on top of it.
Put gravy
You
on
had
that.
the idea in your head, you just didn't know how to make it a reality.
Because you guys are dicks.
Sorry.
It's an inside thing. You'll get it when we start playing Dysfunctional Party.
I hope.
Tales of Symphonia, there's a cooking system, and you can literally fail to make a sandwich when the sandwich is just 2 pieces of bread.
My character failed at making you a bread sandwich. Like, just bread.
Cool, mine just did too. Because of you.
Oh, that was
so
so good.
You could just call it open face.
It's an open face. More gravy on it.
And act all hipstery about it.
Gonna have that, but I'm gonna put all the parts separately on the plate and call it a deconstructed sandwich.
There you go.
Okay, just grab some simple fare.
Yeah. Alright, you guys sit down, have a nice meal. Again,
What
it's
is
nothing-
that?
Delicious. What was it?
Oh, you should have seen his breakfast.
What was it?
It was fruit and milk. And he ate it with
I
a
was
fork.
wrong, Hasencroft. He's the beast.
Even Eisencroft for a certain laughter.
Funny thing is, I feel the same about you.
Aww. So, do I have to work it out with him too?
I mean, you do give him an advantage now.
I say we take bets.
You want to work it out? Let's go. How you doing?
They both like chug their portions.
Good times. Right?
Next week. I am.
You guys finishing?
Simple socializing.
What are you doing for the rest of the night?
I'm gonna keep going. Like he's got these 3 books he wants to get through. So it's just
I think we should find somewhere we can stay. Do you guys want to continue whatever we're doing together?
We're doing something together.
I don't know. I've been enjoying this. Whatever it is.
Well, it's I'm not looking forward to a few hour walk or even a ride back to my shop like this, so yeah.
I don't necessarily just mean for the night. I mean, if we're going to continue this, we shouldn't have to spend, the good part of the day finding each other every day.
Oh.
If only you had some way to communicate across large distances.
I'm not familiar with the area, and I've never really tried before. But I've been considering purchasing a residence in the area. I don't know how expensive that is. I don't know if it's really available. Do you guys know much about that? I mean, I'm not saying it would be a place for us all to stay, but if I'm staying there, it would be a place where you could come.
I don't have any idea.
While my goals are here, I mean, there's no point in staying at a different inn every night.
I mean, we could all just crash at Ivan's shop.
I feel like he's probably getting a little tired of that.
I know.
Don't make me start forging at night.
What?
That's what it takes to keep you people off my floor for a night. Got my bed for the first time in a week.
It's always been open.
I guess we could pursue that another day, look into it maybe. I'm not sure what the cost would be. I do know that the general is supposed to have his parade tomorrow. It would be wise to get a good rest and maybe...
Sorry.
Yeah.
maybe try to look into that tomorrow.
To be honest, I wouldn't mind seeing what regiment he's a part of.
I think I might skip this one.
What regiment do you think he's part of?
No idea.
The naval regiment.
None of us could keep a straight face.
Oh. Poor Brian.
I wrote in my notes naval. I wrote it quickly. I wrote it as naval, and they're all having a great time. So I don't keep notes anymore. So Kendra forgets stuff. I'm sorry.
This is my parade.
There you go. We harped on that pretty good.
But we didn't do it live.
Okay.
Yep.
Yes. Come on.
Yeah. Alright.
Guys are just the best. You are.
I don't know why he hangs out with us.
He doesn't either.
No.
Join us next time for the adventures of Gedrick and only Gedrick.
Alright, guys.
He reads a lot of books.
Anyway. Where were we?
Oh, I don't remember, honestly.
Oh, the
You're
parade.
When is the parade?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
I
should
don't think
get
I
a
can make
rest.
it tomorrow. I
That's
have
tomorrow.
plans.
What are your plans?
I have to do stuff.
Okay.
I have some
You're
books to
working,
read and stuff. I don't know.
you're working on that rune?
Still
Or
Yes,
have that book.
thing, symbol?
I have 3 to go through. Actually, sorry, 4. I have to work on the room tomorrow, so.
Okay.
Let me know when you're done with a couple of those books. They look pretty interesting.
Well, we could all get rest, and then you could work on your room, and we can check out the parade. Get back after.
I don't know where it's supposed to be going through.
Did they say it?
You do know the route.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, it was in the story that you read.
Oh, cool. I mean, I do know where they're going through.
Perfect.
So we can set up a little area and then watch as they go by.
What are we watching for?
I would take some notes
Just
there.
to see?
Seems to be the only thing of interest that's happened here since we got here, really. Unrelated to us,
That's
of
what I was
course.
saying. There's been quite a bit going on.
Sounds good to me.
Also, an opportunity to see anyone we might recognize, or.
Jethro, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Suppose so. Can't hurt.
Do I know that we lost the other box? Remember.
Did you tell the whole party?
I think he told some of us. Who was there?
Pass me one of those boxes and I'll.
One of.
Well, yeah, pass me one of them and then you guys can
Yeah, well,
meet up with you after.
there's a slight issue with that.
Yeah, Kara's holding on to the other for now.
Alright, then I'll be at the outgame.
Well,
Aren't you supposed to be able to do all sorts of that sort of thing as a wizard, sorcerer?
I'm still in training. I'm nowhere near some of some of the sorcerers you've seen. I'm still learning. I have
I see that
access
box?
to certain spells.
Sorry, I thought maybe you could.
I'm so sorry.
As in,
I belong to Azencroft. Bring me home.
That's one water in it.
yeah, alright,
I
I
was
guess
gonna
that's
sound
fine.
creepy.
do you think that's gonna work?
Good God, no. But she might just get fed up with having it around. If she's anything like Ivan, she may just want to get rid of it eventually.
I'll be honest, that is one of the smartest things I've heard you
She's
say.
not going to give it to you if you're the one annoying her.
Who's she gonna give it to?
She might try to
She
sell
might
it.
just destroy it. Nah. Give it back to the...
Nah, she's a businesswoman.
Frank might try to sell it.
I swear if I get that thing thrown at me. Fool.
Courtesy of Azencroft Pridefang.
I'm going to see exactly how hard that is against that thick skull of yours.
Oh. Well,
We
what
should.
time is it at this point? I've been hanging out.
It's about 6 o'clock.
Well,
You guys went to dinner a little early.
I mean, we could always, like, arm wrestle.
alright. Well, I'm wrestling.
Okay.
Yeah. Opposed athletics.
Getting in my ass handed me.
I don't know.
Ah!
She wins.
15?
5. Ah!
Oh, you could use 2 hands.
Okay.
With advantage?
Oh, should I do it again?
That's pretty on the edge, yeah. It's
Yeah,
like,
no.
the line's like perfectly vertical.
I roll worse.
Yeah, I didn't help.
Okay, 7.
10.
Yeah!
Kind of a stalemate in the middle right now.
Ah.
No, when I'm-
Roll again.
What is it? Oh, 5?
Natural 20.
Meh.
Hey!
Hey, there we go, finally!
I'm not strong.
Oh, I thought that was pretty impressive.
Thank you. You're kind.
You wanna have a go
Not
then,
evil
Reiyal?
anymore, just kind.
Clank!
I don't think all of me could pull your hand over.
That's fine.
Ah, he's pretty tired.
This part of the arm's not. Tink, tink, tink.
Are you serious?
Hmm?
Oh, alright.
Oh, you're left-handed.
No. I'm gonna use all of me.
Oh. Let's go.
Oh, okay.
With advantage if you're using extra.
I guess you started 13.
6.
What did that mean?
There's a slight release of steam as it just like puts you to the table precisely, just enough to touch.
Ah.
Just gonna roll it in my sleeve and suddenly cast Alter Self. And have just like a normal skin and just like a ridiculously sized muscular arm, like Ned Flanders style.
Me again? Why me? There's other people. Look at your arm. No wonder you wear sleeves, you freak.
Who wants to go?
I'm not.
Are your spores cracking?
Oh, why don't you give him a go, Nadia? I mean,
yeah, a rematch of sorts. Okay.
It's like the episode of The Simpsons where Homer just works out one arm.
Like,
Now that I
SpongeBob,
see he has
like,
more,
Yeah.
like,
he's got a bowling
strength.
arm.
Which is probably more like
Can I
You
use
got a
anything
bowling
in
arm?
there?
Opposed athletics?
I had no extra strength.
No.
You don't.
6.
21.
He just slams you into the table.
I mean, it looks good.
It's not real.
But I think.
It's absolutely not real.
See, that's why you need to practice.
The
more.
best part is the other arm he didn't change.
I like the idea that he casts it and you're just like,
That was a second level spell.
God. Alright, well, that was fun.
This spell has a pullback.
There's no real entertainment in the district. Should we head elsewhere?
Well, I mean, if we're heading elsewhere, we're not going to be staying together tonight.
What district are they going through with the parade? Like,
The parade is starting on the western edge of the town, going through the entertainment district, kind of where you guys were eating the other night, just above the tournament grounds, all the way through the entire mercantile district, and up through the Golden Quarter, and then to the keep.
well, I don't believe the parade's going through the Arcanum anyways.
No, I would assume not.
So we'd probably want to sleep somewhere where we could wake up and just go.
You guys want to scoff at a free bed? We're just not getting up earlier.
I mean, free sounds good to me because I don't have any money.
Why don't you have any money?
I paid someone to find out who Jethro is for us.
Oh, right. You should check to see if you ever get him.
It might take a little longer than a day.
How much did that cost?
I don't know. I put everything I had on it. So,
still don't understand you.
The information's for all of us. You know that, right?
yeah.
Well, I'll give you 100 gold.
No.
I have lots more than that.
Yeah, so did I, but
We earned the gold together. This is information for all of us. If you want to stick around, we have to contribute.
yeah, it doesn't mean you have to pay for it. Probably
I asked you to
My
find
goodness.
information. I went out of my way to ask that of you. It's only fair. You need to be able to eat and sleep.
Alright.
This isn't even equal. This isn't fair. I'm only trying to provide a little.
You guys are so cute. No, you hang up.
They can't do that anymore. They lost the boxes.
You stop pressing the button.
I won't forget. Thank you.
So I hand you the pouch. A pouch with gold in it.
Alright, well, yeah, wherever you think we should stay. I'd still prefer if we stayed not in the entertainment district, necessarily. That's the one where I got shit kicked,
Mercantile
right?
is where you got shit kicked.
Entertainment?
No, in
Mercantile?
the mercantile district, behind a
Sorry.
grocery store.
It
Sorry,
goes
where is it again that
Okay.
we're going to be for this? Or are you
the west end of town, so the entertainment district, and then they're going into the mercantile district, up north through the gold quarter, and then to the keep.
But to get to the Gold Quarter going that way, they basically have to pass through the entire width of the mercantile district.
I figured you wouldn't want to be in the mercantile district, and we can't have access to the gold quarter, so.
So entertainment it is. Alright.
Oh, I'm not looking forward to this hike tonight.
How about we try to find another carriage?
Yeah, we can probably flag one down.
It's probably the gold one.
Okay. So you guys leave the
Saying
Arcanum.
goodbye to Gedrake.
Sure you're going to stay with your books?
I'll come with you guys for now, at least. Maybe we'll just hang out at the inn.
There we go. You're getting some fun in you.
You can always bring your books with you.
Yeah, well, reading.
Pass me one of those for the ride.
Not you
Pass them fortune.
too.
That's what I was interested in. That and the magic item creation. Oh.
So yeah, you guys easily enough, you leave the Arcanum. It takes you a little while at this time of night. There's not really a lot of carriages around in the residential area, but you eventually do manage to get a carriage.
That can fit all of us?
Yeah.
Nice.
Usually when you guys are in the carriages, there's empty space.
Oh.
Did Azencroft try and flag one down?
Were you the first one to try to flag it
I
down?
would have learned my lesson. I'd try to let someone else do it first.
Okay.
Who wants to do it?
Any of us can. It's easy enough.
Yoo-hoo!
So it costs 2 gold to get to the entertainment district.
Who's paying?
I'd pay.
Because we know Nadia's not.
Gold is not substantial. Doesn't matter at all.
So, it takes a couple hours, but you do eventually get dropped off just north of the tournament grounds.
Nice.
Well, I guess we should find someone to stay the night.
Sounds like a plan. Somewhere average.
Yeah. We're not looking for that rundown tavern again.
Might be a bit difficult to find a room if the general's coming through.
Oh. We can be persuasive.
Gold does talk.
Make an investigation check.
Everyone?
All of us?
Anyone who's looking for an inn.
Natural one.
It's okay, boys. I got this. 3.
3.
Natural one.
Oh, what?
Guys, you're lucky I know the area with a 22.
I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find it in like
What was
reading
that?
the book.
2 3s, 2 natural
Oh,
ones. and a
you
20.
guys are so lucky you have Ivan with you. Okay. Yeah, it's you do know a couple of inns that are pretty nice, but maybe a little less well known, that it might not be quite so busy. The first one you go to is all full up. There's nothing they can do for you. The second one you go to does have 2 rooms available.
There's 5 of us?
Yeah.
Single beds?
One of them has 2 beds, one of them has 1 bed.
Oh.
Yeah.
I can take the floor.
Floor's fine by me.
How far is this from the engineering district?
I have no.
Not terribly far. It'd probably take you about 40 minutes, maybe a little more to get back there.
Worst comes to worst, I can just hike it back to the shop. Maybe take me a better part of an hour.
I mean, are you going to be okay to get back there? You look
I mean,
pretty
we can
rough.
find room here.
I've been through worse. Unless,
Yeah, but now you have no need to be through worse. I suppose.
there's 2.
Yeah. This is slower.
There's 3 beds total, and they both already said they'll take the floor.
That's...
It's a lot easier for us to sleep on the floor than it is for you to hike back in your condition.
I can't have Asen taking the floor. He won.
Well, I've slept outside my fair share. Floor's nicer than the forest usually.
We'll take the 2 rooms. Thank you.
They give you the keys.
Gedrick and Nadia said nothing.
I'm getting a fucking bed. Even though I can sleep like sitting.
They'll ask for 3 golds for the rooms.
Okay.
So, Azencroft,
Mm-hmm.
I think I owe you a drink or something, right? That's how this usually works.
I was gonna buy you one, honestly. We can
Well,
take turns.
I never know how it works. Can't say I've been on the receiving end of a beating that bad recently.
I'm hurting.
So what I'm hearing is ale.
Definitely ale.
I think ale is in order. But
You
we got
become one of them. You're
We have business in the
drinking and
morning.
reading
we got
books.
business in the
Not a
morning.
lot of ale. Just enough ale.
I put the bowl back.
Buy you one, you buy me one. I'll head to bed.
Sounds like a plan, my friend.
And I guess we'll make sure Rael gets his fair share.
I mean, I have money now. I mean,
Wait.
we can just each buy a round and then go to sleep.
Yeah, are you?
I'm not a charity case.
You're not dressed up in. You're not dark elf right now, are you? You're all painted up.
Huh? I never said I was playing it.
Oh, that's why I was
Yeah.
just checking because I haven't changed the name.
Yeah. No. I mean, I'm not a charity case. I do have money now. I'm sure I'll
You
come
got
across
from
more.
charity.
I'm sure I'll come across more.
If you say so.
A round of ale, please.
So down in the tavern area under the inn, the room's busy but not full. Easy enough to get service. It's 2 silver an ale. So just keep track of it as you guys buy. Quickly enough, your round comes.
So 1 gold around, basically.
Yep.
Pass that bill back. You get it? Or
If he
you
asked for it,
Yeah.
otherwise he'd have put it in his pack when he got out of the wagon.
Probably would have grabbed it.
No, if he was like, huh? Yeah.
Now you're reading,
I don't know.
drinking ale with the guys, and reading.
Yeah.
You're perfect the way you are.
Okay, and I chug mine back. Well, I think I needed that one.
I think it's leaking out. I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna put back the first one pretty fast.
I'm back too.
Okay.
Probably not quite as fast as in I need a bowl to drink my ale broth, but
You guys
General conversation.
Yeah, just
thing
think
that
so.
I'll head to bed.
Just
Nothing
chat.
important.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 rounds.
Yeah.
I guess Asin gets 1, I get 1, so it's about a gold each if Naughty is included.
I'm not drinking ale.
I bought 5 anyways.
So there's a couple extra ales sitting on the table.
No. No.
Okay. So you guys go around, you drink for a little bit, and then you go to bed.
Yeah.
Okay. Next morning, you guys wake up.
Who got the beds? We got the beds?
Would have been Gedrick, Nadia, and Ivan that got the beds because Azencroft and Rael insisted on the floor.
We spooned.
You could have had different rooms to.
You guys got back all hit dice.
You get back no hit dice.
I did not try to go into a different room than Real.
Alright. Whatever.
So, we wake up. We're good. We're all happy again. Wounds are mostly
What
healed.
time
Good.
is the parade?
It's supposed to be at noon.
But emotional scarring lasts forever.
Oh,
Well, I mean, if this parade's going to be as big as it is, we should probably grab some breakfast and get down there.
mm-hmm.
Most definitely.
Let's do it then.
Sounds good. I mean, I'm going to have to get dressed up. And then we can go. I'll spend however long it takes for me to make up and not look like a dark elf anymore.
Takes about 10-15 minutes.
I'd suggest taking the goggles off. They stand out a bit, but noon's probably.
It's pretty sunny out there. I wouldn't be able to see.
Dress up.
Well, I mean, make sure you're wearing your hat. Stay out of the sun that way.
I mean, I don't need any fancy dresses or anything. Or...
It's a parade. You're not in the parade.
Oh, Ivan's the best.
He's just gonna pat his cheek and smile and move on.
Oh, claw mark.
She'd be like, okay. Breakfast?
Yes.
Breakfast.
Breakfast.
Okay. You just go downstairs to have breakfast.
Get breakfast.
Yeah.
It's whatever they're serving.
You can order breakfast easily enough.
Excuse me.
Yes,
Is it a guy or a girl?
it's a guy.
Parades are a great celebration, right?
God damn it.
Depends what it's on.
Today,
No, like what the parade's for.
the general.
Oh, well, yeah, it's nice.
It's a
I
nice
don't know
day.
how much of a celebration it is.
You've never celebrated on the day of a parade?
Like I said, it depends on the parade.
Well, I mean, I guess you're working today, of course, so it's understandable. See, I like to celebrate when it comes to parades. What are the chances I could grab a couple of ales off of you?
Ales?
Yeah,
It's pretty early in the morning.
celebrations.
I'll see what I can do.
He might have a problem.
You offered the chick how much money, and this guy you just asked him?
So he goes away.
Got a better excuse.
After not too long, comes back out with your meals. Most people just get like a water or a coffee with them. You do get an ale at first.
You're an amazing man. Thank you very much.
I do what I can.
Can I drink it just so he sets it down?
Hey, he grabs it and starts drinking it.
Why don't you stealth it?
How's he gonna stealth
We're
drink
sitting
something
at a
beside
table.
him?
Hey, try it.
I can't just
Try
like
it.
phase into like the shadows. Like,
You should try it.
I'm sorry to be such a bother.
Hmm?
He's gonna take it 10 gold, slide it over to him. Is there any chance I could get a couple more? He seems to be a little thirsty as well.
Okay. Can't let anybody go thirsty. He takes the gold.
Wow.
Doesn't take him too long. A couple more come out.
Cheers.
Cheers.
The rest of us are chugging coffee.
No, I think after this we'll go find spots of the parade.
Okay.
Yep.
So you guys finish up, head out. Still pretty early. Probably like 9 o'clock. You still got some time. Doesn't seem too busy outside yet.
Got a little while. You want to stand around or have anything to do?
I don't really have anything I need to do. Anybody else?
This is supposed to be the highlight of my day.
Are the streets busy?
How far am I
Not
from the
terribly busy
entrance
right now.
Okay.
to the guild?
From there, probably an hour, maybe a little more.
Did it
You're down
say-
near the south end of the entertainment district right now.
Yeah.
Did the paper say an approximate time?
Yeah, noon.
Should we go get a place this?
If you guys tell me where I can meet you, I could run and check, see if the information's there.
Every time you go on your own, you come back like,
Alright, never mind that.
I don't know, I worry about you.
Just wait till after the parade. It's a few hours.
You'd honestly probably wait it out.
You guys just gonna try to find a place and just stand there?
Yeah.
Hey,
Well, I mean, no one's gonna butt when
get
these
like a
people.
high up place that they can see. Like,
find some
good
kind of
view.
balcony or something?
Like just something. Figure out like even if
Is
there's like
there a fountain?
a hill, yeah, something like that.
And
Probably just sit and chat.
Okay. So it's set to go along the north end of all the tournament grounds. If you remember where you guys ate the other day, there was like the fountain in the square and the stage where the band was playing. So you guys can sit up along there, sit around talking. It starts to fill in a lot more. People are getting up, they're coming out, starting to hang around. Gets to what you approximate to be noon. Sun's up overhead. It's getting really hot and sweaty.
How close to like the currently the area that they're gonna go through are we?
You're off the side of the street, but it's not like there's a lot of ground between you.
Is there like
and
great
where
like
it's
clear
sitting.
sight for of us?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull my cloak into a hood. Sorry.
Need yourself a hat.
Yes, I probably do. What's on right
You,
This?
Can't you
I
make
was
a
just
hat?
agreeing with him.
you start to hear some excitement from farther west where they'll be coming from. Eventually, they do come into sight, marching down the open avenue.
I'm gonna cast an ultrasound on myself as like another person. Just whatever.
You already look like another person. Okay.
I'll look after it.
Okay. So you can see them marching down. They're all dressed in brown and green leather armors. They have cloaks and hoods of the same color that come up around them. You can see swords that they have a shield on the back. Some of them have a bow strapped over their back as well. Marching in the middle of the soldiers, you see what you assume to be the general. Standing's about 5'9", dressed in the same armor, except that his cloak is clipped back at the shoulders and his hood is down. You see he's got a deep blue hat with a brown feather along the side of it. You can see some brown hair kind of coming out underneath it. He's got really deep blue eyes, and they're walking along. Every once in a while you do see people come out of the crowd and go over to him. He keeps a fairly serious face, but seems to be polite with anybody that tries to talk to him. And they continue on towards you guys.
With just random people from the crowd? Oh.
You can see when large groups of people try to go, the soldiers kind of hold them off a bit, but they are letting people through to see him.
This might be what you're looking for.
As he gets a little closer, you can see in his face that he's actually a lot younger than you'd expect from someone who holds the position of general. The first set of soldiers start to pass by you guys.
He's either got good blood or he's quite good at what he does.
Second row of soldiers go past you.
What would I have to say to him?
I don't know. You said you were looking for a place in the military.
I was looking for a place to prove myself.
So,
Third row of soldiers go past you. The general's almost level with you guys now.
I guess I'd walk over. Hello, General. My name is Azencroft Pridefang.
Oh, hello.
I'm new to this city. I've been attempting to assist with the military here for quite some time. To no avail, I guess. They don't appreciate half-breeds here.
Yes, well, I imagine not too many of them have exposure to your tribe.
It is what it is. With you being in town, obviously I'm nobody in particular, but if you're looking to hire any soldiers or you're looking for any assistance with combat, you have my name.
Can't say that I'm recruiting. Don't exactly have room for anybody in the Western Watch right now. Puts up his hand and everybody stops. Alright then. And he pulls his sword out. See what you got. The soldiers kind of, the ones nearest to him make a circle around him. You can kind of hear this like hush around the crowd.
I whip out my shield and draw a trident. Are they going to hurt me if I hurt you?
Well, that remains to be seen. Can you hurt me? And he pulls a small shield off of his back.
I guess first things first, I just run in with a ram. I keep my shield up, and then I try to swing a trident around and get him in the side of the head.
Make an attack roll with disadvantage.
as the fight starts, Ivan's gonna yell out, "I got 5 gold on the big one!"
17.
17. He just ducks under and deflects it to the side,
This guy's
steps
gonna be
around
a
and sets himself
king.
again.
And then I try to throw one into the gut.
You're throwing it or
Well,
you're
like, just, yeah, stab one. Underhand stab.
Does he
Make an
not
attack
have a
roll
weapon
with
out?
disadvantage.
He
just-
Got a sword out.
Oh, he's got a sword out?
Just not.
I thought he
like
just
that.
had a shield.
He's dodging.
He's not trying to be. He's not attacking.
18.
Sidesteps you. Steps around and sets himself again.
You seem pretty good at dodging. You ever swing that thing?
When the time calls for it.
I know, that's brutal. I'm so intimidating.
He's just sat there waiting for you.
I had to go for another one. Under the chin.
Okay, disadvantage.
That never works.
It didn't work.
What was it?
14.
Okay. What's your AC?
19.
Okay. you jab up, he kind of leans back, and as he leans back, he brings the blade up and he's got it to your throat. There's kind of like this, and then everyone in the crowd claps.
I'm gonna clap too.
I didn't think I'd be a match, but I thought I'd at least get one strike off.
He kind of steps back, sheathes his sword. You have potential, but you're wild, undisciplined. These are not things that the military needs. These are things that you need before you can come to us for what you're searching for.
I've never had any training besides my tribe. Where would someone like you recommend I learn these things?
Various mercenary companies are willing to take on raw recruits. Other places that you might be able to find this, aside from your own personal reflection, he kind of turns to the side, somebody comes up and hands him something. He pulls out and starts scribbling. Here. See this man about a job. Prove your worth there and maybe you'll catch somebody's eye.
Thank you very much, General.
Absolutely. If you don't mind, I got a whole lot of pointless walking ahead of me.
Well, I hope you enjoy it.
Oh, well, we'll see.
And I'd nod and back off.
Soldiers kind of reform up and they start moving again.
Well, I was a little more successful than I thought it'd be.
Did you hit him?
Oh God, no. There wasn't a chance.
He was quick.
He was ridiculous. I mean, I guess that's why someone so young is in such a position.
They all had like kind of all the soldiers have passed and everything.
What's that?
All the soldiers have passed already and everything.
Yep.
That's about it.
Okay.
He did hand me a note, though. He said I lacked a little discipline, but I could get a job with this guy, potentially.
Well, I could have told you the first half, but
Hey, but at least he said he saw potential.
never said I didn't like you. What's the note say?
What is the name?
The note is an address for a trading company.
It's an address for a trading company.
If you
Same one that was
remember,
in the-
when you went to the bounty board, there was a trading company hiring people for the end of the week.
Oh yeah,
It
for
was
next
in the
week.
newspaper too.
Yeah. Was it in the newspaper?
Yeah,
I thought it was in the
it was
bounty
in the
board.
newspaper.
Yeah. I remember you
which
guys
one
did
it was,
see
but we
that
did see
for
it.
Remember that trading company we pointed out in the paper?
Yeah, it was a little while from now.
Next week, sometime.
Yeah,
He said that's where I should be.
can't hurt.
Yeah. As long as we're in town, it's worth a shot.
You got a recommendation like that?
You want us all to go?
Well, this is one of my own battles, but we can see what happens. Thanks for pushing me, Reiyal'uss. I didn't think he would give me the time of day.
Oh, no problem. That's what you said you were looking for.
I mean, he was pretty young, wasn't he? Really strong. Pretty attractive. No one else thought so?
Suppose seemed like quite the fighter.
Seemed very charismatic, I'll give him that.
He just has all positives.
Lucky you didn't get yourself scratched under the chin there. You seemed ready.
He definitely could have. You'd expect more from a general, though, no?
Holding
In
back.
most situations,
Discipline, right?
discipline.
At this point, the crowd's kind of breaking up around you as the parade's already passed on.
Did you manage to catch what company he's from?
He said there was no room on the Western Front for someone
The Western Watch.
The Western Watch.
Were there any notable emblems or insignias on anybody?
Are you familiar with their military at all?
There's one symbol in particular I'd be looking for.
Okay.
So, I'm not terribly familiar with the military.
It's not.
Yeah. Didn't think so, but hey, that's why he came. Oh. Well then, not exactly information we didn't have, but from a better source, I suppose.
Oh, yeah. Reaffirms things a little.
Put off.
So was that the plan?
Kind of
We go to the trading company.
Yeah. They said they were hiring next week. I suppose I could go a little early.
Are they hiring for next week, or are they hiring next week?
They're currently hiring for a shipment that is leaving at the end of the week.
Okay, for next week. So yeah, I should probably seek that out. Maybe I'll do that today then.
Yeah. I got nothing better to do.
Figure it out.
Sounds good.
Let us know if you find anything out, I suppose.
What do you mean let us know? We're not coming?
We're going with them.
So he said it was his own thing.
Well, I don't expect you guys to necessarily sign up for the job. If you'd like to tag along, that's fine. I know you have a job of your own, so.
Things to do with the factory the way it is, main distribution, a little backed up.
Why do you want to sit in a stuffy old shop anyway?
I don't like that stuffy old shop. I grew up in a stuffy old shop. Don't remember.
I do remember. But you should get out more. See what this is.
Let's get it out. Get you.
Gold. I mean, like the last time you got out, it got you a lot of gold.
I could get gold by staying where I was.
That much? That quick?
I also got trapped in a nightmare of my own design, apparently, and
got out of it and conquered your fears.
I wasn't afraid.
I was more thinking you got out of it and we have all of us.
There's something back to it.
Just gonna stumble over a couple of words and shut up.
Alright, so the trading company.
Yeah, fine.
Oh, you love it, Ivan.
What district is it in?
Mercantile district. Where else would a trading company be?
Well,
Onwards.
I'll give you another push, I suppose, then, Asin. Yes.
We'll start traveling towards it.
Okay.
How old did you say he was? You said he was younger.
Huh?
Pretty young for what you'd expect from a general.
In comparison to
Other generals.
No silver at the temples.
Specifically, the
to the
naval
other
one.
person that's important. Get rich.
It would depend on which one.
Oh, so
Other,
younger one.
probably pretty close,
Pretty close? Okay.
if I remember right.
Okay. Secrets. Congrats.
Okay.
We're leaving.
He's actually going to the mercantile district.
He's heading all the way there. So you guys start making your way through the entertainment district. As you get towards the mercantile district, the traffic gets really heavy. It gets a lot slower to walk through. You get turned around a couple times trying to find the address, but eventually you do find what appears to be a small storehouse. It's just got a very simple front door, just wooden construction. The storehouse goes back for a little ways. We're probably gonna have to wait for him to return.
From the mercantile district.
What's your rate? So.
I mean, I can braid some people's hair in the meantime.
You can't braid either. It's like long.
Who has long hair? Elf?
Break anything this time?
Awesome.
Can you pass me that elastic? The elastic I shot at you.
Or we could not worry
No,
about
don't
it
worry
right
about it. Don't
now.
worry about it.
Well,
That was quite the journey to that district.
You guys are out in front of the storehouse that you were directing
Oh, I guess I'd walk in.
for. Okay.
Knock on. Well, I mean, it's a store, so I'd walk in.
It's actually not a store; it's a storehouse. So
Okay.
more like a warehouse where stuff would be moved through temporarily.
I guess I'd knock on the door then.
Okay. So you knock on the door. You hear something crashing. Oh, damn it! You hear the door click and open. And at first, you don't see anybody. You look down, and there's actually a halfling standing there, holding the door open. Yes, yes. What can I do for you?
Hello, sir. My name is Azencroft. I was reading the paper a while ago and came across an ad. For this
Yes,
area.
my ad. Good. Come to apply, have you?
Yes.
Good. I have to say, I haven't heard a lot from anybody about this. I was beginning to lose hope.
I'm not
It's not
sure.
reassuring.
I'm not sure exactly what the job entails, but I was speaking to the general, and he told me to come here and search for some work.
General. Well, I don't know what he has to do with any of this, but yes, come in, come in.
I walk in.
Kind of directs you over the side. There's not really any like proper seating area, but there's some like crates and sacks and things, and kind of like indicates to sit down. Good. So, all of you then. Yes.
Oh.
See, this is where the confusion lies a little. We're not quite sure what the job entails.
Oh.
If this is a one-time
Yes,
thing.
well, this is a one-time contract. I mean, I'm sure I'll need protection in the future again, but let's not think about that right now. But I have a convoy that has to take some goods up to Nettleton, and the military, the bastards, don't want to protect it for me, even though I'm shipping some of their stuff for them. So I have to hire some personal security for me, you know, what with rebels and bandits and all that kind of stuff.
Protection contract.
Oh, yes, where am I meant? I am Hobbs Hemingworth the Ninth. Shakes your hand, tiny little hand. He holds out his hand. Kind of like grabs two fingers and shakes. He shakes. Shakes your hand.
Nice to meet your acquaintance, Mr. Hemingworth.
Yes, nice to meet you.
What's his name again, sorry?
Hobbs Hemingworth the Ninth.
Hob 9.
How exactly do you spell that?
H-O-B.
Exactly how it sounds.
That's the word.
N-A-V-E-L.
Hobbes.
Oh, there is.
There's two B's. Right?
Yeah.
Let him spell it himself. How will he ever reread it?
The ninth it was?
What's that?
The ninth?
Yeah.
So, would you be
Just put 9.
would you be traveling with us?
Well, yes, I mean, it's my caravan. I should think I should be there to oversee things, especially when I have to, you know, sell it at the other side.
And what would the contract consist of for gold purposes?
Oh, well, we can sit down and talk terms. Standard rate for a caravan like this would be 200 gold on the way there. Of course, it's nothing on the way back. I'll be staying there for a while. It's kind of up to you what you want to do from that point on.
200 gold between the 5 of us? Well, I guess that depends on who would be joining.
You have me.
What are we shipping exactly? Or you, I suppose. Sorry.
Well, I won't go into too many details, but some different general goods, some perishable goods that they need desperately up there. There's it's a shipment of weapons for the Northern Watch, and I got a few Vantech contracts to take up there.
Suppose it's a bit of my interest then.
Just for personal interest, I mean, we haven't had much luck with this. You're not shipping fire cores, are you?
Fire cores? Goodness, no. I'm just a small trader. I wouldn't have anything to do with those.
Okay.
Or maybe some magical boxes. Just putting it out there.
Are you looking for magical boxes? I might be able to do something.
Just kind of
How far into
misplaced.
Nesselton? Nesselton, it was?
Nestleton.
How far in would we be going with you?
All the way.
Oh, wow.
How many days travel?
Well, really depending on whether we meet any trouble or not, but it'll probably take us about, I don't know, 6-7 days.
Wait, which day are we leaving? Have we asked that?
Next week, I think so.
That was in the end.
So it'd be 6-7 days there. We'd have to do
7
6 or
back.
7 days back because you have a shop.
No,
I don't know if you'd be able to even receive that kind of a leave.
Yes, of course, and if you're worried about rations or any of that, of course, I will be providing for you. You don't have to worry about handling that type of thing.
Sold.
I will have to cover it with Kara. But if the ship in Vantech, I might be able to get away with it.
I mean, I'm not finding answers here, so gives you more time for your contract
I'm ready to explore.
for Jethro.
You're just reading, right, Gedrick? You can read in the wagon.
I'm ready to leave town.
Could find more answers.
Back in that.
I believe this would be something we'd be interested in, Hobbs.
Oh, excellent, excellent.
What? 200 gold for all 5 of us.
It's not always about the money.
$200 gold does seem like an odd number to split 5
That's
ways.
it, yes.
It's 40 gold each.
But doesn't 50 sound nicer?
It does. Is anybody like, maybe that could be?
Well, I don't know. What exactly am I hiring? How good of you? How do I know that I'm getting what I'm paying for?
I'd hand him a piece of a newspaper that said I defeated a fire elemental.
You just keep carrying that around. So
Oh,
proud.
well, that's quite impressive.
He also just had a personal reference for here from the general.
And we recently defended the Vantech factory from an assailant.
Right. Well, make a persuasion check with advantage.
Nice.
Go for it.
15.
See. Yes, well, I think I could do 50 each. Let me just go draw up a contract.
Sounds like a deal.
Scurries off into the back.
Are we gonna
You
miss
hear something
the, like,
else
band?
crashing. God damn it!
That's a good
No,
question.
no.
Are we going to miss the band?
Band's on Saturday.
Band's on Saturday.
And this leaves next week.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah!
I would be so upset.
He shows up alone. Oh my god.
Well, I mean, you're probably going to stand him up again. I'll never do anything to hurt you, Kai, except I'm not going to dance with you and try and get you at this place.
It was your fault. He still has a
So
chance.
takes him about 10-15 minutes, and he comes back with a page that's all handwritten up. There's some lines at the bottom. So if everybody could just sign here, and he hands a quill.
Before you hire me,
I
you
can't
know
sign yet.
I am
Are you
a
much of a man with
soldier. If you have an issue
legalities?
with that, then
Well,
Yes,
I mean,
well,
I have to understand the
Whatever keeps the
contract
bandits
things.
away from my goods.
Is the contract like very basically outlined?
It's very basic. It's just that you agree
There's not like
to
fine print.
protect his interests to the best of your ability on the way they lost it, and you agree that he agrees that he's going to provide food and water for you, and the sum of 50 gold each.
I signed Evander Holy Crest.
If the 4 of us sign, is he able to sign at a later date? He needs to still clear things with his other job.
Oh, well, here. And he folds it up and he hands it to you. Says, get it signed and bring it back to me.
Sounds like a deal.
Good, good. Now, I got a few things I need to take care of down south, so if you don't mind.
Thank you, yes.
Take care, Hobbs.
Good.
Give you guys a short little bow.
I doubt it.
Okay. And I think we'll call it there.
Yes.
Alright.
We're all sweating to oblivion and a little past 9.
All right.
So thank you to everybody for joining us.
Thank you.
You guys are awesome.
Hopefully it was fun. We'll have some excitement next time.
Absolutely. We got lots
Things
lined
are
up.
actually moving forward.
Woo, we're getting there.
So thanks for joining us for episode 10.
Yeah.
Then
Don't forget to tune in on Tuesdays now.
Yep.
The old Clockwork and Constructs, same time, 6 p.m. Eastern, is now Greg and Brian's No Control.
Joel playing some scary games. Thursday next week
We play scary games, by the way.
at 6 o'clock as well. Mitch will be running Dysfunctional Party.
That I will.
So if you want to explain.
Yeah, we're going to actually be running through a game called Tales of Symphonia. It's an older GameCube game. It's pretty awesome. A couple of us have had some experience with that. We've been really looking forward to it. That's kind of why we made the sandwich reference. We've been having a blast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be a lot of fun.
It'll be a lot of fun. It'll be a lot like Final Fantasy, but more with a live action kind of combat system. You know, a little more involved, so it should be enjoyable to
There'll be a
watch.
bunch of us there. We'll be voicing the characters again and having a hoot with it.
And
Yeah.
ooh, can I be Persea?
Sure. Who else?
She's so
You gotta be-
depressed and like,
Oh, broke it.
You do have to be at least 2 characters.
And then, of course, on
Zealous.
Friday at 6, so
And
that's our
Breeding
new
First World.
time for Clockwork and Constructs. Join us again
Breeding
for
Crows.
episode
I'm
11.
gonna have to talk to Jason with that.
to Kratos.
I'm gonna keep playing through the Wolf Among Us on solo streams. But I don't want to schedule those because
Until then, join us for all of them if you can. Join us for a few if you can't. You can always catch up on old episodes on YouTube,
follow us on Twitter, Twitch.
Twitter.
Twitch, and
Facebook.
Twitter. Message us if you have any questions or just want to talk. We're always
Fun.
checking it and
Yeah.
keeping an eye on it.
We all have our Twitters down below.
Yep.
Schedule's down there too.
Everything's down below.
And keep your eyes open because once in a while we do pop on for some spontaneous solo streams.
Yep. Cool. Till then, have a good night.
Take care.
Hey, see.